The same girls wore swatches at Volpes. Yes, the same girls who wore swatches also wore Esprit clothes. That is true. Also, I hadn't thought about Esprit for a while, but Esprit and also the United Colors of Benetton, right? Benetton, that was also a thing at the time. People were into Benetton. I remember this being a thing. I'm gonna turn down our main audio, by the way. There we go. I feel like that's a much better volume. A much better volume to be at, not. Time of Gifts. I'm older than YouTuber SJP, so I remember when Swatch was the new Time of Gifts, are you really older than I am? Because I never believed that anybody is older than I am. I feel like only 2 or 3 people in the world are older than I am. I feel like. I'm just asking because Krellin, are you really older than me? Is that really true? Because I just feel like, I mean, not too poorly, but okay, Krellin says not too poorly, but in every other way that matters. That's fair. Ice Buddy says, I was too fat for Esprit and the bags from Benetton was a thing. It's true. Harathgar, me too. I never believe it. Yeah, and I think this is why. Are you ready? I don't know if this is, you're just another brat dripper. So this is why I think I'm older than everybody all the time. 2 reasons. Because for the longest time, I was younger than everybody. Like, I was that person who, when I was in the army, etc., was always hanging out with older people. Like, I was always the youngest person for like most of my 20s. And then something happened. I don't know what happened. But all of a sudden, I was no longer the youngest person. Then I was always the oldest person. And it's weird because at one point in time, I was the youngest person. And then something happened. I don't know what it was, what could have happened, wherein, like when I was in my 20s, I was the youngest person. And then when I'm in my 40s, I'm the oldest person. Like, I wonder what the difference is between the 90s and the 2020s. I really can't figure out, I can't put my finger on what it might have been that might have changed. Oh, no, you're right. Coldrake, wait, is Coldrake? Maybe. Hawkeye is older than I am. Maybe. But, oh, Time of Gifts. Time of Gifts, November 71. Ooh, Time of Gifts. Ooh, you beat me, but not by much, because I'm July 72. So you beat me by just like, 2 weeks. Briefly. You beat me briefly. Volpes also beats me. This is true because I'm always around 20-somethings. When I was in my 20s, I was around people who were in their late 20s, and now I'm still around people who are in their late. This is fair. It's because you're someone in your 40s on the internet, Trooper. We always think we're the oldest person around. Krellin, that is, I think, actually very true. Hey, Lone Coup. Hi, everyone. There are quite a few older guys here, including me. This is fair. This is what happens. You become a teacher, right? And this is true. Ice Bunny says, I'm the crash test dummy in the family, aka oldest. Well, all those people older than you died. Womp womp. Hrothgar, that's a really good one. That is a good one. That makes me laugh. Coldrake might be the oldest. I think that's true. Verum's like, I know for a fact more the younger people. I did not tweet out today's stream, but I'm doing that right now because here's what I did because I'm being like good. I made a button. On my stream deck. Here, I will show you. Right, so here's my stream deck, and I have a button right there. I made a button so that I will tweet out when I'm live because one thing this one's for the Saturday stream. This one's for the Thursday stream, and because I never actually tweet out when I'm live, and I know that's really bad of me, so I just made little little buttons for it that does it automatically, except that I have to do the one for City of Light and Shadow by hand. But the name game, come on everybody. I said now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme. out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say bo out of B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both and say the name like Bob. Bob drop the B's, Bo, Ob, or Fred. Fred drop the F's, fo, red, or Mary. Mary drop the M's, mo, airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Be right, be right, be right, bo, e right, banana, fana, fo, fee right, fee, fi, mo, me right. Be right. Thank you for that resub. Be right. There's no official message, but that is exciting. Hey, let me see. Was it? I told a friend I would retweet it to remind. Thank you. Yeah. So I have this thing. Hey, hey everybody. Hello. Hey, Schmelzer. Thank you for the congratulations. When I was here the first time, someone told me this singing happens quite often. It does. Hey, do you want to see something? I want to tell you some stuff. I'm so excited. Look, I'm so excited. So first off, I want to show you my Stream Deck. So this is the Stream Deck. If you've never seen one, this is it. It's pretty awesome. And what it does is it lets you change scenes. So I could, for example, this is my start screen, but we're not on the start screen. We're on the chat screen. We're here. What's up, that? There we go, we're there. But we can go right to the game screen, woo, like that, woo, woo, woo. Back to this chat screen if you like. Also, this button here, I just want to show you because I thought you might think this is cool. I can mute the audio for the alerts and then the computer audio if I wanted to, and then also my audio, like me. I'm back. But, so here, right as my San Fran shirt. So here's this my little folder for my sub streams. Whoop. So here I want to show you this because I feel like this is like super exciting. Maybe it's not, but this is the City of Light and Shadow folder. And the City of Light and Shadow, this is how I set it up. If you want to know how I set this up, because I have a lot of I've got a lot of stuff going on for City of Light and Shadow because I care about you all. No, we're gonna do game. Yeah, it lets you do a lot of things watching to see if you go black. Right. So this is the Stream Deck for City of Light and Shadow, and I've got like my stream record, how many viewers, and then like audio, and then this will switch between my regular Yeti microphone and between the Vauxhall program if I'm doing some kind of you know, what do you call it? If I'm doing some kind of audio thing. So for example, where is it? Let me show you. But I want to show you the thing, because look, what I'm trying to tell you is that I have, what's the word? I have messed with this, actually. I have reorganized this quite a lot over time because I have way more, scenes than anybody ever should have a right to have ever in their life, and I have a lot of them. So let's do that. And because I have so many of them, I've had to reorganize. So here, right here, let me show you, and then I'm going to tell you something else. I've got more things for you. You can make them with software tablets too. Oh, that's nice. So you can program much prettier buttons than that. I suppose that's true. But look, so I can go to Vauxhall here, right? And if I go to Vauxhall, I think no, I don't think that worked. Hold on. Why is that not working? I don't think that worked. Here. Oh, I know why. Yeah, I know why. I know what it is.
I was showing you the City of Light and Shadow, scene, which is not going to change the audio for here. That's what it is. But I can, with those buttons, I can switch between the Vauxhall mixer, which I have up right now, so you can hear me in radio mode, or I can switch back to my regular mode, because that's how that goes.
Right. So like I can switch between being on the radio or just being regular, just like that. Do you have the software you are trying? Yeah. So that's what that is. But then, so in case you want to see what I'm doing when I'm running the show, so I've got my regular start screen, the title sequence, be right back, and end. And then I have a folder for 4 players, 3 players, and 1 player. And I'm probably gonna have to work that out slightly differently because I'm probably going to want to get another folder for 2 players and 5 players. And then in the 4-player folder, you pop in, and then it's got 4-player map mode, 4-player RP mode, 4-player map mode, the mics, and then this folder here is for all of the fate points. So this is the GM fate point folder, and there are 6 fate points. So if I want to have to show you how many fate points I have, I'd sort of click how many fate points I have on my overlay that you all can see. And then this would be like for the first player, how many fate points they have, and so on and so forth. And then I also have, here it didn't work as well, but I also can control how many fate points the group has in the overlay through a hotkey as well. So what I'm trying to tell you is I have a lot of scenes and a lot of stuff for City of Light and Shadow that I control through my Fate deck, through the Stream Deck, and I probably will have. I'm going to commission a Frithiel to make me 4 more overlays. The audio is good now. Previous was horrible. It was on purpose. Right, Bolus. That's because it's when I'm being on the radio. Right, so that when I'm on the radio, when I'm doing like the old time radio, I can just swap over, and then Volpez. Hold on a second, Volpez. I see you with those bits, and I want to thank you. And so now that means I'm going to want to try something and see how I feel about it. Let's see. Let's do. What happens? Rissa. That's what I was thinking.
Let me see. Can I hear this? I do not think. What? Oh, I know why. Can I hear this? Can I?
Name game.
Ooh, name game. Hello. Right, old radio. Here we go. Old radio style. We're the money. As sang by Ginger Rogers in the film Gold Diggers of 1933. But I do not need to have the monitor on so I can turn this back off. I just want to make sure that it was working, which it is. Oh, PS4. Stop being ridiculous. The PS4 can be ridiculous sometimes, but it's fine. Airway and hey, the army men. Airway and hey, the army men. Eve way up, Kelly, up, way up, way up, way up, way up, to you take Kelly and way up. Airway and hey, the army men. Either our skates are on his side. Oh, man, did he action pray? You're a radio, stay on my hungry. He will ever eat red lands, halfway at Brian's leg, take them. And when we see the end, we'll look left, the eye, get right in the eye. We're in the morning, we're in the morning. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Let me,
switch back to my regular voice.
Name game.
So excited. I enjoy all things old stuff. So, so industrial with the distortion. Yes. This, by the way, if you want to know, and also I'm going to sing the name game right now. I want you to know it. It's going to happen. I just want you to know that this is a program, in case you care, called Voxal, Voxal. It's by NCH Software, and I use that because it is Mac compatible. And many of these sorts of programs are not Mac compatible, but this one is. So if you're on a Mac and you want a voice changer, that is one you can use. And as we started, we have some name games. We have some name games to apply. And I want to thank Time of Gifts for this time of gift subs. And so a little bit of the name game. The name game. Come on, everybody. I say now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Hrothgar, Hrothgar, Bo Hrothgar, banana, fanna, fo, Hrothgar, fee, fi, mo, Hrothgar. Hrothgar, Schmelzer, Bo Belzer, banana, fanna, fo, Felser, fee, fi, mo, Melzer. Schmelzer, Jungenhart, Bo Bungenhart, banana, fanna, fo, Fungenhart, fee, fi, mo, Mungenhart. Jungenhart, Hawkeye, Bo Buckeye, banana, fanna, fo, Fuckeye, fee, fi, mo, Mockeye. Hawkeye, Lonku, Bo Bonku, banana, fanna, fo, Fonku, fee, fi, mo, Monku. Lonku, the Meow Mafia. Ooh. Question, everybody. Before I sing it, I need to know, do I do the Meow Mafia or just Meow Mafia? It's really important. It's really important. We're gonna do Meow Mafia. And why? Because then I get to sing, if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both and say the name. I like Bob, drop the B's, Bo, or Fred, drop the F's, fo, red, or Mary, drop the M's, mo, airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Meow Mafia, Bo, bow, bafia, banana, feta, fo, fiao, bafia. No, that's wrong. Meow Mafia, Bo Biao Mafia, banana fena fo fiao mafia, fee fi, oh, fee fi mo yao mafia. Meow, now I have to do that again, because that wasn't fluid. Ooh, that's hard. Okay, I like it, wait. Meow Mafia, Bo Biao Mafia, banana fena fo fiao mafia, fee fi mo yao mafia. Meow Mafia, Ultimate power. I don't know if that actually is ultimate power, but I feel like it is. Hey, the Meow Mafia. I hope you don't mind that I dropped the because I just really wanted to sing the M, the part of the song when the first two letters are ever the same, then you have to drop them both and then say the name. Like, you know how Bob, drop the B's, Bo-ob. So I love that very, very much. Hello, Meow Mafia, and SJP or Trooper. You can call me Trooper. You're new here. Oh my gosh. Welcome in to the Foxhole. Hey, okay, it's perfect. Ooh, time of gifts. I just felt a little Eartha Kitt right there. Perfect. We sing here quite a lot, actually. Dankeschön for the, by the way, somehow halfway through singing, I started singing with a German accent for people's names. It's because Schmelze is German, and so then I had to sing it, you know, Germanly, and then Jung at Hart, Jung. So anyway, I just ended up being a little German about it. And Berentor says the hard ones are the best ones, and I do love that very much. Oh yes. Trooper drops a lot of letters on this stream. His floor must be less. I think it's true. I've got letters everywhere. What am I supposed to do about that? Also, the hard ones are the best ones. And I also feel like it's way cooler that we're doing the name game with internet handles. Because I feel like we're in the future, and that's what we've learned. And also, last night was Colas. Okay, so I have something else I want to tell you. Before we get to the game, which I have to reconnect because, you know, it was being a little bit problematic. So I have a thing I want to tell you. So as you may or may not know, oh my gosh. I suppose I should, what should I say first? I have more than one thing to say. I will say this. For City of Light and Shadow, we're doing a time skip because the player's like, we want to lay low for 2 weeks. And I was like, that's great. Other people will not lay low. They're going to be busy. And so we're going to have the communists are going to make some attacks during the week. My favorite buyer, Dankeschön. So it is nice to be a price, but it's higher to be a buyer, as they would say in Bavaria. No, okay. We just need a follow. That's true. We just need a follow, and then you can get the follow song. So if anybody wants the follow song, you know, feel free to follow me. I believe the buttons are here, probably. They're probably over here somewhere, I think. Right, so the communists are going to be making their attack, so that'll be lovely. They're gonna go and attack the radio. So we've got a bunch of moves happening between this week and next week because there's a lot of, you know, there's like there'll be a time skip, and so there are gonna be some moves being made. Hey, guess what one of them is? Guess what? Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? I'm gonna just say this. The character, Tango, just shot Crazy Pete in the neck. Crazy Pete is named Crazy Pete for a reason, and it's because he doesn't like being shot in the neck. And other groups are like, let's go and get information, and let's find out what's going on, and let's gather intel. Crazy Pete is not one of those let's gather intel kind of people. Let me put it that way. So I hope everything's gonna be okay. I think that there'll be some trouble. I think that there's gonna be trouble. I don't think is a spoiler, right? They call him Crazy Pete. He's the king of the rumba beat. Yeah. I think the spoiler would be that here's what I'm gonna say. I just think you can guess that it's not gonna go well. It's just not gonna go well. So here's what I want to tell you. I hope you're ready. Oh. Krellin, you are correct. You are correct. I won't tell you what happens after the shooting happens. Shooting happens, but I won't tell you the outcome. Chaos Monkeys are... So, you know it's my 4-year streamiversary, right? It's my 4-year streamiversary. If you, for instance, were playing Rogue Trader last... Oh, that's right. That is fair. That is fair. Yes. I won't tell you anything else. I will say there were conversations were had, is what I will say. Conversations were had. Yes. It's a happy day. Political goodness. Trooper is on. I have a sandwich and 4-year anniversary. You have Volpez. I recommend it. I would recommend. Don't go into the spoiler channel, but I would recommend. I mean, look. Of course I'm going to recommend it because I adore this show, City of Light and Shadow. I really do. I love it, and I love GMing it, and I love the players, and yeah, you know, like this. Like I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you something. This is not a spoiler because this is not plot related at all. But last night, as we were nearing the end of the session, actually a bit throughout, I was just like, there were moments where, there were like moments where I just got to sat and listen to them talk. Oh, okay, you're gonna wait until the season is done. Oh, good for you. Volpa's good for you. I know people who do that. So what I wanted to say was, by the time we were getting near the end of this, the episode last night, I was getting emotional. I was getting a little emotional, not in a bad way, you know what I mean? But I was just like, I was just getting feels. I was getting like, I love these player feels, and yeah, I was just getting feels last night, just because I was feeling really good about them. But that's not what I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you about the Streamiversary thing. So, about the things on Fridays and always miss, that's fine, Volpez. It's fine. Although, when you watch on, if you watch on YouTube, it'd be cool if you left a comment and then I would comment back and I'd be like, hey. We are well over halfway through this season. We just finished episode 10. We only have 16, so we only have 6 episodes left. And one of them is Dot's solo episode, Regina's solo episode. So we have 2 weeks with the group, Dot's solo episode, and then the last 3 weeks. And yeah. So I think, yeah. So, we only have 6 episodes. Dot flying solo is always a good time. It is, and it's so funny because I was talking to Dot about this earlier, and Dot was like, Dot was like, my solo episode's the last one. I don't know how I feel about that, because last season her solo episode was not the last one. I think she was she the first one? I think Tango was the last one. I think Tango was the last one last season, and then he was the first one this season. And will there be a season 3? I hope so, but what's going to happen is that once we finish this season, there'll be a month-long break so that the cast can relax, and I will run something else in the break time, and then if everybody's up for it, we'll do another season 3. Like we'll basically have a month break, and I'll probably do like some Cthulhu Confidential or something along those lines for the break month. They might kill Hitler early by burning down a movie theater. They might. You don't know. I mean, it's possible. Sylvie was first. It was Sylvie, Sylvie, Regina, Jules, and then Tango, I think was the order. I think. Yeah, so Dot was telling me, she's like, oh, I'm the last one. It feels so weird to be the last one. I was like, well, you're the anchor, right? And why is my PS4 connection being so weird? That's part of the reason why we're stalling, is because my PS4 connection's a little weird, but that's also how that happens sometimes. Go. Oop. Full screen. Yes. So, there are 2 things I want to tell you. Oh, now I have 2 things to tell you. Wasn't Jules the last season? Was Jules after Tango? He might have been, actually. Yeah. So we'll be having Dot and the thing is Regina is such a planner. I think it's going to be really interesting for her to be the last solo episode. So that'll be really interesting because she's a planner, and so she she's got stuff going on. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like with that dynamic. But here's my plan for season 3, in case you're interested, in case we get a season 3, which I hope we do. If we don't, then we'll do something else, but I hope we do, because I really want to know, because look, the group is getting bigger, right? They're getting more powerful, and now they're recognizing some things that they can do that are bigger things rather than smaller things, and so I'm really interested to see what kind of large scale stuff they're going to do. So anyway, I think it was Tango with the prisoner truck. Oh, yeah. I always forget whether or not... No, oh. And pH, size is a risk. Yes, it is. Also, can I tell you, I've got some very cool things planned for the rest of this season, season 2, which because I'm a GM and because I'm a sandbox GM, I have them planned, but who knows if they will happen. But I think that they might happen. I don't know, but I've got a cool thing that I'm really excited about. If it happens, it may not happen, but if it does, I'm really excited about it. We'll see. But for season 3, if we do a season 3, which, knock on wood, here's my plan for season 3. I'm going to ask Ifrithiel, and then I'm going to pay Ifrithiel, to make me 4 more overlays, a map and an RP overlay for 2 players, 1 GM, and then a map and an RP overlay for 5 players and 1 GM. The 5 players is going to be tight because, you know, it's always tight when you have 5 players in a GM. That's 6 people. That's a lot. But I'm going to have that there just in case we get a guest in, because sometimes that might happen. And I just want the ability to have a guest if it is needed. But then season 3, rather than having solo episodes, we're going to have duo episodes. And people here in the chat did the math, and for everyone to be able to have a duo episode with everyone else is 6 total. So we'll have 10 full group episodes and then 6 duo episodes. Season 3 is it. That's the plan. If we have a season 3, that's the plan. And it's because when you're doing, there are things you can that only happen when you have 2 players at the table together. You know what I mean? A solo episode, I love the solo episodes, and they do things that I specifically want, in that they allow me to freak the players out in specific ways that were very true to what was like being in the Resistance, whichever Resistance you were in. That's great for me. I enjoy that because, like, I really like them. I like what happens when they don't know what happened. Like, for me, it's not just about freaking out the player who's in the solo, but it's really about freaking out the players who are not in the solo, where they're like, okay, well, Luke's in custody and his dad was murdered. What happened, right? And then when Oscar walks in, they're like, what happened? Or, right, so like there's a way in which that lack of knowledge of what people were doing when they're not there was true to experiences being a resistor. So I wanted that in there. Plus it lets me dig into people's character, like interior a bit, so I can get to know them a little bit better, so I can mess with them a little better. But here's the thing: we did 2 seasons of solo work, so we've had solo episodes for all the players so far. But duo episodes. And I was thinking about this after that scene between Regina and Sylvie when we had our 2 guests in, PB and Marcus. Duo episodes really get you a different dynamic that you would not get otherwise, a really different and interesting interpersonal dynamic. And so I really want to do duo episodes for season 3, and I want everyone to be able to have a duo episode with everyone else, because I think that we'll get really, really interesting things happening that we wouldn't get otherwise if we can just get those two characters by themselves for the episode. Like, can you imagine a duo episode with just Sylvie and Regina, knowing all the things that goes on between them? Or a duo episode with Tango and Oscar, or a duo episode with Oscar and Regina, or Sylvie and Tango. Like, I'm just saying that, like, when you could, like, those configurations seem very explosive and interesting to me, and I think we'd learn a whole bunch about the characters that we would not learn otherwise if we got duo episodes with them. Right? I feel like Peaches, I want the Regina Oscar episode. Right? Yes. I'm just saying, could you imagine, like, oh my gosh, right? Let them have a chat about what being German means to them. Yes, right? PH, this is what I mean. And I feel like if we get those duo episodes, we'll get conversations we wouldn't have otherwise. And I'm really interested to see what it looks like for them to like that. So I really, really am hoping for a season 3, because that is something I really, really want. I want that. Oh, let me show you something else. So first off, I will just say that, for the record, that is something I'm super excited about, because I have something I want to show you, by the way, y'all. Let me see if I can find it. No, that's not it. I'm looking for roll 20. That's not it. That's also not it. Let me get here. Here we go. Here we go. I want to show you something on roll 20. It's about my streamiversary. So I'm not just being ridiculous. I have to tell you something on purpose. Guess what I am interested in doing? Maybe they could go undercover with some Germans as a couple. They would hate that, right? So like, I think it's actually really interesting to sort of ponder. Let me do this. And then let me do this so that you can see things a little nicer. Yep. Okay. So yeah, they could do different kinds of undercover work. They could do different kinds of connections. And I'm very excited about it. So look, it's my 4-year streamiversary. We're going to start playing the game really soon, but I want to show you something else first. It's my 4-year streamiversary, everybody. November is my streamiversary month. And this weekend is particularly tough for me because I've got a bunch of grading to do this weekend. And also, like, I've got 2 different assignments to grade that are due by Monday. And also I should grade a couple other things as well. But like, I've got 2 things that have to be done by Monday. And I'm chairing a panel at a conference tomorrow, which is Sunday. And that's like at, I don't know, 3 o'clock or whatever. So I've got to like do prep for this. So I've got like, basically this weekend's very busy. So I'm not going to do any kind of streamiversary thing this weekend, even though technically. But do you know what I was working on? Oh, I was working on 2 things, both of which you'll find interesting. What should I tell you first? This one's already here, so I should tell you this first. I should tell you this first, right? I should. I'll tell you this first. Oh, I do have the regiment tonight. As a matter of fact, at 8 p.m. over at Praxagora the Smaphoria's channel. And I want to do a thing before that episode today. But okay, so look, it is my streamiversary, and I wanted to do something special for my streamiversary. And I don't want to tell you this in this order. This doesn't make me happy. I want to do this in a different order. Why is this my life? I don't know why it's my life, but it is my life. So this is all I'm going to tell you, is that I am going to show you something in a different order. Right, see, Vulpes, this is it. All month long is my streamiversary, which means I get to decide when I'm going to do my streamiversary stream. And the streamiversary stream this is a goal, but we'll see if it will happen because but I also have Thanksgiving break coming up, so perhaps. Okay, check it out. First off, Rissa wants to know when I should be kicked out of stream. We'll play it by ear, but 3-ish, some kind of, we will see. Okay, look, 2 things, and then we'll play 2 things. We're gonna say 2 things, and we're gonna see how many things it is. So, 1, behind the scenes, I have been working on something, low-key, like, you know, when I'm multitasking, like when I'm doing something else, then I'm like when I'm watching Critical Role or something like this, right? When I'm doing something else, I'm also multitasking a little bit. And the one of the things I've been doing, and it's not done, that's why I haven't shown it to you, right? I have not shown this to you because it's not done, but I have been working on a website for City of Light and Shadow. This is it right now. It is not done. It is not ready. It is nowhere near where it needs to be. Please know that I know that. Like just know it. But I want to show this to you, and it's going to look better than this. It's going to look better, right? Because we're not ready yet. I'm using Kanka because Kanka looks way less complicated than World Anvil. But the only thing I really have right now, like I've started making characters. Like I have Sylvie as a right, just as a I've not done anything with the Sylvie character. I was just working on making the character sheet, so that basically what I really want is so that you all can go onto this website and see what their character sheets look like at any time. You can be like, oh, what do their character sheets look like? It's a placeholder. Thank you. Right, so I want you to be able to see what their character sheets look like, so you can see what their aspects are and what skills they have, because I thought you might, not everyone, some people don't care, but those people who do care would perhaps be interested. But then, so I've got these characters, but the characters aren't really done. but what I also have, I also made a calendar, which here I can show you there. So there's just a calendar. That's our date. So this is fine. I don't know why I keep saying, I don't want you to advance time, my friends. Where our current day is Sunday, probably. Is that right? Yeah, I think it's Sunday. I've got to go and check. Did they shoot? Yeah, we'll check. But this is very cool, right? So there's also this timeline, and I've made a season 1 timeline and a season 2 timeline. It has not been propagated, of course, because I'm still checking it out. But you've got the assassination of the prefect of police, Francois Bard, and that happens like on the timeline, and you could click on it. I have not filled it out, but here I'd have a little like what happened, and right, that's like a little thing that I would do so that you would be able to see like, oh, so you can actually go through a timeline and see all the events that happened in the campaign as well. Yeah, we're Sunday this 27th, but I just so I'll get there, and then I've not done this at all, but I'm going to have these journals open. I'm going to sort of create a session, like a session recap for each session, and William TW has been basically taking recaps for the last couple of episodes. Because William is amazing, and so that I can take the documentation that William gave me and I can put it into here, so we'll have a recap of each episode. So that's very exciting. But the one thing that I have done for real is that, and this I think, again, it's not finished, but I'm just showing you what I've been doing, sort of low key because there's a lot going on, is that I've put in a map of Paris at the moment. And this is actually also a map from like 1938, so it's like a period map. So this is the map of Paris, and you can take this layer off, right? So there's a little layer, so you can just have the map by itself, or I made this myself because I was like, let me put this in there. And this is a map of all the different arrondissements, so you can see where they are. And I've got to do a little thing. I've got to figure out how to do a couple of things, but what I'm planning on doing is having little markers, because you can put markers on there. So this is Montmartre. This is the 18th arrondissement, the neighborhood, and that's where the club is. So I'll put a little marker on there so you know where the club is, right? And then here, by the way, over here, you can't see it, but my little cursor is right there. That's Drancy. Right, so that's where the camp is. That's where Drancy is, and I'll put a little marker there so you know where Drancy is. Here's where the club is. So basically, I'm going to put little markers on there with all the different locations that are sort of important that you might be interested in, and I'll also have like a little summary of each of the different arrondissements. Like the Louvre is in number 1 over here, and right. So you can go on this site and you can look at a map and you can see where all the stuff is. So I thought that was really neat, and I've been sort of working on that a little bit because I thought that you would find that pretty awesome. And also, I think it'd be really useful for the players. Also be like, oh, okay, this is where we're at. This is where that's at. Wait, where is the Louvre? How far is that from here? Wait, where exactly is, where's the Gestapo headquarters? Oh, it's over there, right? So you can kind of see where everything is. And I thought that you would find that cool, because I find that cool. Yes, what he's been doing when he isn't actually streaming, chatting, or Discord, or working. Notice I didn't put sleeping or eating this. I had breakfast this morning. Yeah, so, right. I was just wondering how the book he's there to work on is going. I've got to give I'm giving what is the date? The 7th? Is today the 7th? I'm giving a colloquium on the 3rd of December. So I have got to get a bunch of writing done. So that's stuff. Yeah, so I thought you would think that was cool. And so this is, and by the way, this thing here, I'm actually working on pretty slowly because, I've got I got a lot of stuff going on. And because of a lot of stuff going on, I have not had like ages of time to work on this. This is like going a little bit slower than I would like it to, but I'm just working on this basically a little bit on the side. You know what I mean? As I get a little bit of extra time, I'll throw in like 15 minutes or something to work on that, which I know it's going to get done. I hope it gets done. Like, I mean, I would like it to get done before the end of season 2 would be really great, or at least up enough. I'd like to get enough finished that I can bring the website live. that was one of the things I wanted to show you. I have the other thing I want to show you. I figure if I can get the map finished, at least the basic map finished, and the characters sheets done, if I can do those two things, if I can get the character sheets and the maps done, then I think I can bring the website live, and then I can just add things as we go. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I can get that done, then I can bring it live, and then you can all look at it. So this is the second thing I wanted to show you, and this is I shouldn't show you because we never know how these things are going to go, but I'm going to show you anyway. It's about for my Streamiversary. November is my Streamiversary month, and I want to do something for my Streamiversary to celebrate my Streamiversary, right? This is what I want to do. I want to celebrate my Streamiversary. And I thought to myself, how do I celebrate my Streamiversary? And I thought, for my Streamiversary, maybe I could just GM a special RPG show. And I was thinking I could do Clockwork Dominion, so I spent like a couple of hours importing a Clockwork Dominion deck because they use a custom deck of cards rather than dice. And then I thought, oh, here, so I was working on it and I was making it. And then after I finished making the deck, which I did, by the way, I still have to make, I'd have to make a character sheet. I might run Clockwork Dominion in the break between seasons, in the hiatus. But I realized, yes, the cell sheet will also be in there, Rissa. I'm gonna have the cell sheet in there. I'm gonna have I'm gonna put also in the organizational maps as well, so that you can see. Right. I have to figure out the best way to do that. It might just be an image. We'll see. But I'm going to put the organizational maps in there, and that's easy for me to do. I'm going to put the organizational sheets in there as well, so you'll be able to see all of that stuff, which I'm excited about. So, hello to Nestor Burma, a fictional police detective, which was made into a series on French TV, investigating murder in each of the arrondissements. Oh, really? Oh, that's so cool. I wonder if I can watch that show. That could be neat. So here's what I'm thinking. I was like, oh, maybe I could do Clockwork Dominion. And then I was like, oh, I don't think I can get that together in time. And so rather than that, I decided to be more ambitious. And again, no guarantees this will happen because I have to figure out some stuff, right? There's some things I have to figure out before I can see if this will actually work. But do you want to know what I would like to do for my Streamiversary stream, which will be on a Saturday? My Streamiversary stream will be a Saturday stream. And I wanted to do something that I've wanted to do for a while. And I thought, I don't know if I can do this. But then 2 Minute Tabletop came out with a map that I thought was very cool. And I might just have to deal with a thing that I don't really like. But again, there's like a lot of caveats about this. There's a lot of caveats. And it'll take some organization, which means it probably cannot happen next Saturday. I mean, theoretically it could. It depends on how my time goes. It might have to happen next week, the week after, during Thanksgiving break. Speaking of which, when is Thanksgiving break? I should check. I should check when Thanksgiving break is because I have a deadline before Thanksgiving break, so I should just check. Let me see. It's not next week. It's the week after. Okay, so the week after is Thanksgiving break, and that's great to know. So I'm thinking it might happen in one of the last 2 weeks of November. Yeah, I mean, but with us, it's a little complicated because what they're doing, what a lot of universities are doing is they're giving you a 2-week break for Thanksgiving, and everybody leaves home. Everybody leaves campus. So the students have come to campus. They're all on campus. Well, not all of them, but many of our students are on campus right now. And we're actually, by the way, the place where I'm at right now is actually really good with COVID. They've had very, very few cases. They've really locked things down. But what they didn't want was students to go home for Thanksgiving break and then come back onto campus, because that opens up possibilities of getting COVID. So what's going to happen instead is that the students will go home for Thanksgiving and then they will just stay home, and then we'll finish up the semester online only. Because they basically don't want people flying back and forth. They don't think it's a good idea. So announcement number 2. No, Jer, I've just been giving the hype for the announcement. I've just been giving hype for it. But now I'm going to give the actual. We had the high single day numbers. Oh, I'm so sorry, Baron Tor. I'm so sorry. That is not great. That is not great. So where did it go? I think, hold on. I wanted to show you the thing I've been working on. Where did it go? No, that's not it. Where did it go? Where did it go? Here we go. Okay, I got it. Oh, the US as a whole did not just connect. Oh. All right, so this is what I want to do. This is for my streamiversary, for my 4-year streamiversary. I want to do something. I decided, I was like, you know, I could run. Here's my first thought, and then I'm going to play the game. My first thought was, you know what I could do? How about if I run an RPG, I could do Clockwork Dominion, and I could invite as players the streamers who really impacted me as a streamer, right? The people who, like, I could invite Anna, Random Tuesday. I don't know if they'll time, like Anna, Random Tuesday, like people who were like sort of Marcus, people who were important to like my becoming a streamer and like developing as a streamer. I thought that would be really cool. But then I decided, no, that's not what I should do. That would be very nice and it would be lovely, but that's not what I should do. That's not what I should do for my streamiversary. My streamiversary should be different. And I realized what I wanted to do for my streamiversary, which I don't know if I can do, right? Because it's logistics and it'll be tricky, but it might be a nice dry run anyway. So let me show you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, I think it would be lovely, and I think I'm gonna try to do that at some point in time because I think that would be really nice. Like as a, like, Anna, thank you. Random Tuesday, thank you. I would probably also, it would depend on the day. I'd probably ask Dot as well, and then I would probably ask, Marcus, but I'm trying to think of the various places, right? Okay, yes, so. You know what that is? You know what it is? It's an arena. So I have been threatening, I've been saying for a while that I wanted to do this. There was like, oh, I would really love to do this thing. I would love to run a GURPS arena with the community, right? Where if anybody who wanted to sort of be in this GURPS arena, you could sort of like basically let me know on Discord, and then I would put together a bracket, and then we would just do some combat, some GURPS arena combat, and I just made Dot and Anna play off each other. Oh, Vulpes, that would be amazing. Amazing. But I thought, you know what, for my 4-year streamiversary, if I can get it together, the maps are done. I just have to deal with tokens and also character sheets. Character sheets is the problem. Character sheets and maybe some handouts. That's character sheets with the problem. But what I thought I would do is, if I can swing it, if I can get it to work, because there's some just logistical things that I basically have to figure out if I can make this work so that I can have this be fluid and excellent and all of that. But if I can get it to work, I thought it would be great for my 4-year streamiversary to basically have this have a game for anybody who wants to do some GURPS combat in an arena can come and you can all play with me, and I'll just GM it and be your MC and GM the GURPS combat, and then you could come in GURPS combat if you wanted. And I thought that would be super cool. Ask the dream team as a whole. Yeah, the dream team as a whole would have been amazing. Yes, and again, that idea, by the way, is not gone. I still want to do that as like as an honoring thing, and maybe I'll do that as like maybe we can do that as like our 1,500 follower thing, as maybe like a that might feel good to me as a 1,500 follower situation. Well, the thing is, Vulpes, we actually have this 2-week-long Thanksgiving break, so I might be able to do that in Thanksgiving break. I'm going to see. This weekend I've got a bunch of stuff to do, and then I'm going to just see once I get this abstract and this paper done. Basically, I'm going to see what it's like, and if it works out, then that's what I'll do. And it'll basically be my Saturday stream, so not this coming Saturday, but one of the Saturday streams in November. If I can get it to work, which it may not be that hard. It may actually not be hard at all. It'll just be a little bit weird. Basically for this, I'll do pre-generated characters. That's what I'll do. I'll do pre-generated characters, which will make things easier. I'll do pre-generated characters for this one. If I do an actual arena bracket later, then I will not do pre-generated characters. I'll do like partially generated characters and then customization. It will get read. It'll get read. So this was what I was thinking. I don't know if I can do it. It's like a question, but I was setting it up last night or the other night, a little bit of getting this in here. And I thought, okay, this could be a thing, right? You've got one gladiator entering from there, one gladiator entering from there. It's a kind of a small arena. And I just thought for my 4-year stream anniversary, wouldn't it be nice? I wanted to do something with you all is what I wanted to do. So I thought if I could do it, good drainage under the sand. I wanted to make a bad character. So this is also a test run for the arena, right? For an arena project later. So if doable, a Gaul named Paul with a maul. What I'd probably do is actually do the classic, the classic gladiator types, right? The Murmillo and the Hoplomachus, like the classic types. You can pick which type you wanted to be, go in, do the combat, and sort of like a good Roman thing, and then now we want the good society crossover, moral combat. Oh my gosh. So if I can swing it, if I can get it to work, then I would like to do an arena combat game with pre-generated characters because with you all. And so I just have to make the 4 or 5 different gladiator types. I think 5 I'm probably doing. 5 gladiator types. So I've got to make the 5 gladiator types, make character sheets for them, and then get tokens that I can put in there, and then a handout. And I think if I do that, then I just have to do a little bit of testing on the back end to make sure this will work. And then I think we're good. And then I think we can do an arena for the stream anniversary. Which, what I wanted to tell you is I'm kind of excited about that. Like, I'm really excited about the prospect of just, of us all hanging out, murdering each other on the sands. And also this being a means to check out doing something like that again later. Good society for Roman nobility, while the arena fights dictate the backgrounds. Well, actually that does, right? You could... Yeah, right? You would use good society for all the politics, right? Like the politics of the people who own the arena, all that sort of level stuff. And then they would also have like a gladiator, and then we'd also do gladiatorial fights. And I imagine then, so you'd use GURPS for the gladiator fights, you'd use good society for all the politics, and how your gladiators fare can also give you reputation bonuses and things like that. I'm gonna punch someone with my metal arm. Yes. All right, so that said, we're going to play Outer Worlds while we're chatting about the things. I just really wanted to tell you how excited I was that and because the thing is, I had a different map. For the arena, and I think getting these new maps actually has changed stuff for me. So I had a different map for the arena, but the map didn't have a scale on it. So I was like, how do I know how big this arena is supposed to be? Because I don't know, And so that was holding me back a little bit, but... What? It's only 135? But to my defense, I played you Shirley Bassey singing Get This Party Started first, and then I had to tell you about the important things. Oh, I'm sorry to point again at you. I don't mean to do that. The important things. The cool website that I'm like low-key working on in the background. I'm not dedicating huge amounts of time because I've got other things to do at the moment. And then like the possibility of the arena game for the stream anniversary. And I have thoughts about this. Yeah, and having good reputation maybe gives the gladiator better training or money for equipment and flair. Yes, right? If you have like... or like you can spend your resolve tokens maybe to like give the gladiator some kind of a boost. So you want those resolve tokens. And here's what's interesting is that you get resolve tokens when bad things happen to your character in good society. So you'll probably want to sort of take on those resolve tokens so that you can then use them to boost your gladiator. And that would be very cool. Bitch, my supporters are known as the army because of the arm. I don't know enough to have a proper chance against you. I mean, You make our awesome emotes. Oh. By the way, there were some things we did not get to finish investigating while we were here. Also, there's a thing up there. I wonder, oh, that's a window. Okay, so we were in here. We wanted to investigate this room. I believe we did not finish investigating this room. We're gonna take some facial cream. Yes, I'm a little worried about all that. The Emotes means your supporters are known as the Emos. Oh. PH, can I give you a present? Can I give you like a theoretical in my mind present? Because I love that more than you'll ever know. I feel like the Emos is the best name of a fan army in the world. I don't know how you could have a better name than the Emos. That's okay. There's a mechanical here too. We're gonna just, you know, we're gonna just reset our little timer thing as we're here, because I just want to reset it. Yes. Resolve tokens gives more character points in the arena. Ooh, yeah, maybe like you can use resolve tokens, or like maybe you could use resolve tokens for like a heal of some sort. Do you know what I mean? Like you could like get a heal in some way. That could be a thing as well. Baron, oh dang, Trooper, now I'm imagining us as the community being teams of gladiators for the Good Society game where you get some folks from Twitch to be your players. Ooh, Marcus having a team of gladiators. Ooh, yeah. I need to get an undercut and dye my hair black now. That's true, actually. I mean, if you want to be truly and fully emo and embrace the emo lifestyle. Can I do anything with these? I cannot. All right. Well, I mean, I can just be up in their faces, which, you know, let's go through this door, shall we? And then let's also, I'm going to close this door. We're still being looked at, however. I think we're safe in here though, because I don't think anybody's looking at us, because we have been in this room, right? So I feel like we're safe, maybe. I'll have to dig out my many bracelets from high school. Yes, I still have a lot of black eyeliner. So, oh good, as long as you have a lot of black eyeliner, then I think we're actually fine. I think that becomes really the key to the whole matter, is a lot of black eyeliner, multiple bracelets. You can, I never did emo or goth, but went full throttle grunge. That's fair. I mean, yes, I think there's also, yes, but they are in their own ways connected. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so if I recall correctly, we have been through this area here, right? And then we walked through here, and I believe we have finished looking at this entire area up here, and the other way takes us back out to that one open area that I think we've turned on enough stuff that we can now go through and check it out again. Like I think we can. Let's see, security stuff. Engage checkpoint security. Like, I feel like I don't want to engage checkpoint security, right? Like, I feel like that's the last thing I want to do. My parents actually forbade me from wearing black eyeliner in school. I could wear gray, though. That's weird. I never dressed in an extreme way or anything, so I have no idea where that came from. You know, Verum, I feel like you and I might need to have a slight bonding moment at this point. Like, just a very mild, slight bonding moment is what I think we need to have happen. Because, hello, I was very well behaved as a teenager. I was very well behaved. You have engaged the security to let it kill any enemies. Oh, okay. As long as it doesn't kill me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be murdered, because I feel like being murdered is rude. However, I think... Oh, and get the XP. Oh. Encode key card. I have just lost the blank. Okay, that's fine. I have a key card. That's cool. Electrical control room key card. I wonder what that's going to do for me. Me too, but that is over. Messages from redacted closing down. A transport vessel has been dispatched to HRS 1084. I've taken the liberty of upgrading the sensitive materials containment rating of this asset, which means you're permitted to leave with company-branded consumables, but all personal effects must be left behind. Do not interfere with the tanks. A cleanup crew will dispose of all exhausted assets in time. Anyone who requires ethical correction therapy can speak to a Spacer Care approved alienist. Bad. 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 Personnel files. Note on J. Guthrie. James is gone and he never said goodbye. I keep telling myself that he wanted me to remember him as he was outside of the tank, or maybe he was just bad at goodbyes. When I saw what was left of him, I wanted to airlock everyone who let it happen. You could have said something, James. We were never short on time. Nothing's keeping me here now. The bits ain't worth it. I've requested a transfer. I get the impression I'm not the only one. Note on Chief Kimball. If for those of you who were not here last week, we found out that this was a secret program to try to splice Raptidon genes with human genes, and the scientists themselves are being the ones who are experimenting on themselves, and it just didn't work out well. It worked out badly. Badly. Kimball thinks there'll be trouble once the docks run out of warm bodies. If James was around, I know he'd set her straight. Now that he's gone, maybe I could use some convincing too. She showed up next to my bunk last night, said that if anything happened to her, her password was her daughter's name. I hope it never comes to that. I am feeling not great about these corporations yet again. Is that a surprise? It is not a surprise. Just putting it out there. I suppose you're right about getting the XP, though. I do like sweet, sweet XP. I might just see if I can get... If there's... I mean, there may not be much more for me to look at, but I feel like there was. Physician, heal thyself with Raptidon DNA. And I feel like that's maybe not the best way to do it. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you was, when I was a teenager, I was a super, super goody-goody. That's not really fair. It's not fair. I mean, I was not a popular teenager. I was very much like, I was very much emo goth, I suppose, except that I just didn't wear the clothing. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't... What do you think that is? It's probably bad. I didn't do much. Like, I didn't do anything that might... I didn't do anything bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't act out. I didn't... We did all that, so I think that's fine. But I think we can now get in here where we couldn't before. Oh, no, we still can't. Maybe we're just completely done. Well, I mean, I totally did defy social norms, but not in a cool way, is what I would say. You know how, like, there's, like, the cool way of defying social norms that involves wearing a leather jacket, and having a radical haircut, and hating your parents. But those were not the social norms that I defied, because my parents were fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, I liked my parents. They were not my problem. My problem were, I didn't defy my parents, because my parents were not the problem. My bullies in school were the problem. And since my bullies were the problem rather than my parents, I just didn't feel any need to... I would like to get into that room. How do you think I get into this room right here? I want to get into... Oh, there's a door. There's a door. So I'm going to just open the door is what I'm going to do. Like the big obvious door right there. That's what I'm going to do. Trevor, did you ever see the South Park episode? I did. The ones where they were being... who was the big bad? And they had like... They were having their emo versus goth, that one. That was one of the South Parks I actually just watched. That's how cheaters get into rooms. There's open the door. So yeah, so like I just talked back to adults a lot. Yeah, no, I didn't really talk back to adults because adults were never really my problem. Like, school bullies were my problem, and since my parents were not the problem, I didn't have the need to defy my parents. They were fine. Yeah, emo versus goth, that was a good episode. So like, my parents were fine. They were not a problem for me. So like, I wasn't rebelling against them. But this goes back to something that Barum said. Actually, this is the point of the story. My peers were really irritating. So they were the ones I did not like very much because they were very mean to me. But I did theater. Like, I did some theater. Like, I played Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean? That's what I did. I played Dungeons and Dragons, and I would do some theater. But generally speaking, I wasn't acting out.
Name game.
Ooh, the name game. Come on, everybody. I say now, let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Half-housed hermit, half-housed hermit, half-housed hermit, half-housed hermit, banana, fan, half-housed hermit, fee, fi, mo, half-housed hermit. Half-housed hermit. Half-housed hermit. Hey, half-housed hermit, there's something that is relevant, and you are here. First off, wait, hold up, wait a minute. There's a song. So Half-Housed Hermit is a streamer, and also, I'm just gonna do a streamer shout out, but that's not the thing that I wanted to share right now. Half-Arsed Hermit. You should go and follow Half-Arsed Hermit, but I need the YouTube right now. Where did it go? Let me see, because I put it in the place. My channel. Let's see, tabletop action. I'm looking for miscellaneous RPGs, and then I'm going to scroll down. No, that's not what I want. Go back. No, wait. Playlist. Okay, here it is. Here's the episode. And here, and then you can probably hear this ad. I'm so sorry for that. I don't want there to be an ad at all, because ads are boring and not exciting. But, and let me close this out. But Half-Arsed Hermit was the GM for me in a game of Stille Nacht just last week, probably? Time flies. I don't know what day it is. But Half-Arsed Hermit was the GM for a game of Stille Nacht over at Encounter Roleplay, and that is the YouTube link for the episode. It was a one-shot, and it was really awesome, and she was an amazing GM, so good. And if you haven't seen it, you should go and watch it. And oh, good. Rissa, are you enjoying Stille Nacht? Are you enjoying it? It's a good PDF. I think it's really good. And also, Half-Arsed Hermit is going to do a thing, is going to run a game offline, I think. I don't know. We haven't talked about it. I don't know. Anyway, Half-Arsed Hermit has promised me, because Half-Arsed Hermit is, how do you say, cool? Yes, that's how you say it. She promised that she's going to run a game, one shot of Call of Cthulhu that I get to play in German. So I'm going to play in a game of Call of Cthulhu in German, and Half-Arsed Hermit is going to run it. And it's going to be winter break. It's going to happen during winter break. So Will it be streamed? Well, Half Our Tournament said it's our call. I would like to see it. So if it's streamed, that is cool. Well then, you know what? We can stream it. I mean, it's going to be in German, and my German is rusty. So those are all, and also Call of Cthulhu games tend to have complicated vocabulary about sort of like Unsinnlichkeit, perhaps? Like how do you say madness? Unsinnlichkeit, maybe? Maybe that's how you say madness? I just made that up. It came to into my mind. It might be a weird Denglish mix. It might be a weird Denglish mix in the end, but I feel like a weird Denglish mix is probably not the worst thing in the world either. So yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it. We'll put it on there. We'll do a thing. I mean, my German isn't good enough that I would volunteer to play, but it's definitely good enough to listen to understand what's going on. So I just really want to stream in German. And Half Our Tournament said that she's going to help me because she's kind and generous and awesome. So it's going to be a winter break situation. Rissa says, my German is worse than Rusty, but I look forward to the attempt. Also, there's already books in German. Well, there are titles of books in German. What's the one? It's unsprechbare. Oh, but I actually think it's Bad German, the name of that book. What's that German? It's one of those tomes. It's one of the tomes. Like something where they're Kulten, right? It's like it's not like unheimlich, because I think that would be actual German. But it's unaussprechlichen Kulten. Yeah, unspeakable cults. Yes. I do have some questions though, actually, about that. When people speak Dutch, can you sort of follow what they're saying? Oh, Dutch. Yes. PH, did I tell you about that thing that happened to me one time when I was in Germany? It has to do with Dutch. Security routines, it's fine. But they have a much easier time understanding German than we do understanding Dutch. So I was in Germany, living in Germany, and I was watching TV, German TV, and this ad came on for Star magazine or whatever it was. It was some kind of like music magazine, sort of, you know those things. It wasn't like Bravo, but it was like Star or something. I don't know. And the ad had so much English in it. And I'm listening to this ad and I can't understand what's going on. Like I'm having a really hard time understanding the German. And I'm like, I'm trying to understand this ad in German and I'm having a really hard time understanding it. And I was like, am I having a hard time understanding this because there's so much English in it? You know, it's like, live, stars, Whitney Houston. And it's like just a lot of English like words and then all this German that I was just having a hard time understanding. But it wasn't like it was an ad. It was like for 30 seconds, right? So there wasn't that many German words. It just felt like a lot of English words, but I couldn't understand what was going on. And I didn't understand why I couldn't understand the German. And then at the end of the ad, they put up the text, like they had a text, you know what I mean? And then I saw the O with the cross. I was like, oh, this is not German. It was Dutch, but there was so much English that I couldn't recognize that it wasn't German, but actually Dutch, because there wasn't enough Dutch language for me to understand that it wasn't German. And I just couldn't understand why all of a sudden, after having lived in Germany for a couple of years, I just couldn't understand a 30-second ad. And it turns out because it wasn't in German. Oh, you feel that way about Scandinavian languages? Yeah, like when it's close enough that you're like, wait. And a friend of mine had that happen to her. She was a Russian linguist, I believe she was, when I was in the army. And she was at some bar in Berlin, and she was getting drunk, and she was chatting with this Russian dude. And they spent the entire night chatting with each other, sort of drunk, but having a hard time understanding each other, and like, whatever, they were drunk, whatever. Point is, he wasn't speaking Russian, he was speaking Czech. And so he was speaking Czech to her, and she was speaking Russian back to him. And they didn't really, because they were super drunk, didn't really realize they were not really speaking the same language, which I thought was hilarious. There's enough there for me to feel like I should be able to understand it? Yes. From I. Kimball. Of course, regarding your concerns. Of course morale is low. You gave those PhDs tanks of nuclear scrambling gas and no warm bodies to test it on. What did you think would happen? They can test on each other all they want, but no one lays a hand on my squad. I'm installing safeguards in case anyone challenges that decree. Well, good for you, Kimball. Good for you. To Kimball, you asked that I reach out. I'm doing so. Is something amiss with the team? How's their morale? Their containment? Yeah, so I see. Security's like, yeah, you're not gonna go and mess with my people. Oh, from I Kimball to A Kimball. Oh, siblings perhaps? Mr. Kimball's a good... Yes. Once upon a time, there was a princess who trained to be a soldier. While the other princesses got jobs at canneries and counting houses, the soldier squinted down her sights at the firing range and made sure she hit the target every time. Then one day, a not very nice man offered her a job at an ivory tower, far, far away from the kingdom. The princess could provide for her ailing father, her lovely child, and her goofball husband, but she would have to stay locked in the tower until the doctors could find a way out. Once she thought better of her choices, the princess applied for early dismissal, but no one listened. The end. I love you, Angelica. Maybe you can write me a better ending? Give your father a hug and tell him I'm sorry for missing another birthday, Mom. Something bad. It's bad. What I'm trying to tell you is it's bad here. And I think these people are not ethical. I also think we probably are done with this station. I mean, probably. There's one last thing we can sort of double check, but... Kindergarten Cop reference. Oh, yeah. That was Arnie, right? When in his doing comedy days. I will say about Arnie, I think he's a better actor, or he became a better actor than people gave him credit for. I mean, I'm not saying that he's like Marlon Brando or Elizabeth Taylor or anything like that. I wouldn't go that far. But I think that he's actually pretty good at comedy. Are you all okay, team? He's pretty good at comedy, and I think that he's better than people give him credit for. I mean, again, I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I like Arnold too. I can check my quest log. I think I'm done with this place. So we should go back to the station and let her know. The main quest is Byzantium. We're not going to go there yet. This is Scylla. We have to go to Scylla, clearly. Also, Scylla, Byzantium, Scylla. So we're going to turn this in, and then we're going to go to Scylla. That's clearly where we need to go. Clearly. There have been worse governors. The Governator, yeah. Did you see him no, I didn't see him in the zombie movie. Which zombie movie? I thought he was very good, and I was... Here's what I'm going to say, yeah? He seems to be the kind of Republican that Republicans should be like. He's European. Do you know what I mean? He's European, and... European, not counting ethno-nationalists and neo-Nazis, of which Europe has quite a few, but like the right-wing parties in Europe don't tend to be as far right as US right-wing parties. So like the equivalent, like the European equivalent of Republican is...
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Oh, thanks. I'll go check it out. Thanks a lot. So they're not, you know what I mean? Like, they're just...
You always seem to, huh?
Oh, Maggie.
That's because I'm usually right.
Next time I work the scorecard.
How's my volume? I think it's fine. And how's this volume? I think this volume could be louder. Is what I think. Well, all right. I'm gonna just do a quick chat.
Well, I spend years fixing this.
I don't think I need to talk to them right now, to be honest. Plot: Arnold's daughter is bitten by a zombie. Ooh. She is dismissed into his care by the government so they can spend their final days together. Oh, wow. Emotional?
Hey, Cap.
I don't think I have anything to say to my friends.
Something on your mind?
No, we're fine. I mean, that sounds good. You all want me to sell... Oh, this is... Oh, Maggie, I think I have something to say to you. Oh, Rod Stewart. Speaking of, y'all, we're gonna go and drop this off. Look, y'all, I have to tell you something.
Captain,
Yeah?
I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts.
Oh, me neither.
Welcome back, Captain.
Thanks.
How can I be of assistance?
I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do this thing every once in a while, which if you pay attention to me on Twitter, which you don't have to because I'm not the boss of you. Let's go to the groundbreaker. That I do this thing whenever I get a hankering to do it. It would be good for me to do it once a month at least. But whenever I feel the need, do you know what I mean? Whenever I feel the need, then I do this thing.
For docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Thanks. I am going to just turn in a quest, and then we're going to go. And maybe I'll sell some things.
I'll lock up behind you.
Oh, thanks, Ada. Let's bring, not our priest, let's bring our people from the station with us, shall we? So I do this thing where I'm calling it now my free association music top 10. Am I working in the DLC? This is still the main game, Axe. Main game. The DLC is, I've got to notice there is one, which we will do because why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we do it? Hey, Axe. What was I saying? Yes. I do this thing on Twitter where I will start with one song, I'll have a song in mind, and then I'll go to YouTube and I'll play that song, and then I'll think, what is the next song that pops into my mind after that one? And then I'll do 10 songs in a row that all just are sort of free association songs where I just put together songs that go together in my mind. No, Axe, you did not derail me. Not at all. Not at all. The main game. Come on, everybody. Let's get distracted from a game. We still have another year till the DLC. So I'll do this, this is free association where I'll do 10 songs in a row. And I try to limit myself to 10 if I can. And the last one that I did was basically this kind of late 70s sort of rock-ish area. I started with, the song that I started with was the Eagles, Heartbreak Tonight. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, I know. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, I know. Yes, I know. You know, it's gonna slow the line, cut out the line, because I've been right. There's gonna be a heartache tonight. Right? You know the song. Somebody's gonna hurt someone before the night is through. Somebody's gonna hurt someone. There's nothing we can do. Right? You know the song. Anyway, so I started there, and so why the emote exists is true. That's why the squirrel emote is there. My wife is at work at the moment, but she now busts out the song. Good, right? Because that song is really good. The song is good. Someone last night in chat used the phrase "the shame game," and I heard of the tune of the name game, which I actually think I feel like that should be good too. And I ended up going to all these kind of late 70s songs, many of them in a kind of a weirdly, it was kind of that southern rock, hippie rock, kind of soft rock, kind of weird late 70s Carter era stuff. Mostly rock, but then it kind of veered a little bit into sort of slightly rockish funk a little bit. Pardon, the Shame Train. Oh, okay. And the thing is, ooh, we should look at that. But I could only do 10 songs, right? I only got 10. And once we did the Werewolves of London, right? And once I finished with the 10, I realized there were all these things that I missed. And one of the things that I'm thinking about, that kind of late 70s vibe, right? Where I put in the Doobie Brothers, I put in Kenny Rogers, the Eagles, right? That vibe. Meatloaf, right? Trooper, do you think the late 70s rock being softer was influenced by some of the disco and pop of the era? No. You would think so, but actually I think not. I actually think that the softer rock, sometimes called yacht rock, because there's like yacht rock, southern rock, folk rock, right, all of that, country rock. I think it actually had to do with coming out of the folk rock movement of the earlier 70s, late 60s, because there was always this sort of trajectory. And actually, if you want to know, now that I'm thinking about it, so California, right, in the 60s, you had two different scenes. You had the LA scene and the San Francisco scene. And the San Francisco scene was a lot more psychedelic and a lot more blues based. So you had the San Francisco scene had Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin, Grateful Dead, Sly and the Family Stone, that was there. And then SoCal had two different kinds of scenes. Well, it had more than one scene, right? There's more than one scene, of course. But there was... the Southern California scene did have some like weirdos that were like weird, like Frank Zappa and the Doors, who were kind of dark and like, but the SoCal scene had, primary scenes, right? You watch Rocky livestream on Halloween, and now you say Meatloaf, and I think Hot Potato, me too, all the time, actually. But SoCal had some scenes that were quite important that influenced its sound, and so some of those things would be, right, if you think about, okay, so what's this NorCal scene? The NorCal scene is the hippie scene, right? So you've got hippies in Northern California, like that's where the Haight-Ashbury is and all that. And that's the counterculture that you're getting in Northern California. But, I love the Doors, Axe. I love the Doors. The SoCal scene was initially dominated by surfers, who were also countercultural because in the 50s, they were supposed to get jobs and have short hair, and they did none of those things. So the surfer scene becomes important. So the SoCal scene is heavily influenced by surf rock, which becomes... right, and then the Mamas and the Papas are in there. So there's also a folk rock thing that's happening in SoCal, which ends up being called sunshine rock, right? So this kind of like the Mamas and the Papas, the Beach Boys, Jan and Dean, Sonny and Cher, but then also, the Beach Boys, totally. Also, Crystal Ship in the End. Gosh, I've always been the end is amazing. The end is amazing. But also in SoCal, and this is I think also important, there was that whole Laurel Canyon scene. So you had Crosby, Stills and Nash, Emmylou Harris, Linda Ronstadt, Joni Mitchell. So like Joni Mitchell was down there in SoCal as well. So there's this whole kind of scene of kind of vaguely folk rock, kind of country rock, and then sort of like surf rock that ends up and sort of the Eagles come out of this scene as well. So basically there's this kind of SoCal good vibe scene that's happening. And I think that's sort of coming out of like, James Taylor and all that kind of stuff. That's coming out of singer-songwritery stuff is happening down there too. Also, I think Hollywood being there is also not insignificant. So I think basically that there's this kind of smoother sound, Kevin and Tennille, that's coming out of, I think, primarily Southern California, that sort of, the Carpenters, that gets really big. So I just think there was kind of a bit of a, because I tend to think of the soft rock thing as actually not being a reaction to disco, because if it were, I don't think it would be that soft. I think it would be slightly different. But I think of it as being Jim Croce. I don't know if he is SoCal, but he was part of that scene. Do you know what I mean? Do you think that the good vibe scene then also affected disco pop coming out of LA too? I have not sold anything yet, but I will. Well, because disco is coming out of New York. Disco comes primarily out of New York first. So disco is coming out of Black and Latino gay house parties. That's where disco comes out of. And like disco, and because disco starts happening not before it hits the mainstream. Disco doesn't hit the mainstream until like, well, that's tricky. When does disco hit the mainstream is actually kind of difficult question. But I would say disco starts happening around 1972. The mainstream society would not know that actually at all. But it starts, like disco starts happening in underground sort of gay house parties around 1972. You could argue that it's happening maybe a little bit earlier in bathhouses like the Continental Baths. in like 68, 69, but I would argue that a bathhouse is not the same thing as a disco. So I would say it starts around 1972, 1970, 71, 72 at a house party called Love Saves the Day at the Loft. And the Loft is actually a loft. It's actually somebody's home. And the guy's name is Dave Mancuso. Dave? Last name is Mancuso. First name I think is Dave. And he has this loft and he just invites, he starts having house parties for mostly Black and Latino gay men, but also straight women go as well. Do you think that was a reflection of more money and the West Coast self-image is a place of casual excess, and so the East Coast more intense expression of indulgence? Oh, Axe, I think that's true. There's a lot, also different drugs. There's a lot of heroin. Like if you look at what was happening on the East Coast, not in the disco scene, like you're getting things like the Velvet Underground, you know what I mean? Like, and the Raincoats, and like, it's a little like more heroin, and like more like West Coast, a bit more weed and acid. New York's a bit more heroin, so the sounds are going to be a little bit different, if you know what I mean. I'm just saying that it's going to be like, I'm just saying to you that there's like different vibes, is what I'm saying. Those being the self-imposed perceptions of those regions. Oh yeah. The soft rock stuff was more from hills. Yes, from the hills outside of LA. Most of those bands, artists were living around Laurel Canyon and such. Yes, right. They're all hanging out in Laurel Canyon. They're all in this kind of like, so it's a kind of a, also coke. Yeah, New York's like coke and heroin. And that's like, well, it depends. Like we're going to get more coke a little bit later. In the 70s, it's a lot of heroin, which you can actually tell by some of the scenes, which is, yeah. Riff and Magenta seem to have gone back alone. I'd wager groupies, yeah. Also, I would say another thing to sort of ponder about this, and I think this is important, is that, so like disco's happening really early, maybe I could do a music lecture on disco. I mean, it's going to be muted all to heck. Do you know what I mean? Like that'll be a thing, but maybe I could do a music lecture on disco. That could be interesting. Maybe I could do a charity stream for disco, a disco charity stream. Let me think on it. Because there's something, because if I were going to talk about disco, I'd have to talk about the theme from Shaft, right? And like late 70s soul and like funk and how that sort of turns into, like there's stuff there. So I actually think that here's what I would say. Here's my thesis for you about that kind of soft rock sound, what do we call it? Easy listening. AM Gold, that kind of late 70s sound. I think that late 70s super mellow sound, really mellow sound, is actually about Watergate and the political climate of the late 70s being pretty he's won me that, watch your mouth. That way, I would say almost just do that on Discord, like if a live talk on Discord about it. The thing is, well, I need to talk to this lawyer. There's a lawyer that I need to talk to because what I'm talking about is clearly fair use. People do this on YouTube. Like, people do this on YouTube. I don't know how they get away with doing... Oh, the thing about YouTube is that YouTube is a bit more of a problem than Twitch is. If you look in the VODs, the lecture that I did is still up on the Twitch VODs. I couldn't even upload it to YouTube. I tried to upload it to YouTube and it was just blocked like 15 times. So I think that YouTube's a little bit worse than Twitch is on that level. You could create a Spotify Pandora playlist that is linked to chat, and wherever the lecture reaches a sound sample, you say skip to track X. I could do that, but I'd want us to listen to it together so we could then talk about it. Because here's the thing, what I'm doing... So, I don't know if you know this, but on YouTube, there's a genre of video called reacts, where people will listen to a song and then react to the song. And some people will comment on the song, like they'll play 30 seconds, stop and then comment, play 30 more seconds, stop and comment, or only play little bits of it. But there are people who just straight up play the whole video, almost the entire way through with almost no stops, and then they may say something at the end, or maybe they'll stop once or twice in the middle, but they will often just play, and like they are all up there on the YouTube. And there was a court case that says those React videos are fair use because they're commentary. What I am doing is clearly fair use, clearly for academic purposes, also for commentary and criticism. Like it's just like fair use, like 5 different ways. But the automated systems don't pay attention to that. They just, you know, strike you and mute you immediately. So what I'm thinking is that if I can, what I think I need to do is I need to contact, Luxy Games, who was in Good Society with me. She gave me the name of a lawyer that she uses for her stuff. And if I can get a hold of that lawyer and talk to that lawyer, I think that what I would want to do is, I think what I need is to get the lawyer to give me language. Do you know what I mean? Like language, like because what will happen is I'll get the copyright strike, but then if I get a really good legalese with like, you know, according to paragraph so-and-so, fair use, blah, 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 doctrine of, ergo, esquire, etc. in legalese, then I could just send that to them. I could dispute it, but with like impressive language. And I imagine if I give them impressive language that has legal words in it, then they will back down, right? Because I imagine that's just kind of how that's going to have to go. Yeah, so that's my thought. My thought is that if I can consult with a lawyer who can give me the language that I would use for fair use purposes for educational lectures, then I think I'll have a better shot of being able to dispute those claims. So then I could do the lecture, I'll get the strike, I'll dispute the strike, and then hopefully legal letter, and I'll be fine. And then maybe I could actually get it onto YouTube. What I'm doing is educational, printed by free. It is too much juice for. Actually, yeah, YouTube. Put React in the title. Maybe that's the word for the video or something that the AI untriggers. I mean, it's wild to me, right? Because, yeah. So to upload songs, add a small video of yourself nodding in the corner, giving a thumbs up, problem solved. Right? And the thing is, when I do it, I'm actually like, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Anyway, look, all I'm saying is those React videos do it, and I know, like I see them. I see some of these YouTubers who are, so anyway, I figure they probably have a good lawyer. So I just want to get a lawyer, and I want to consult with that lawyer to get some good language so that then I can do some more of these streams that I want to do, because I think I would really enjoy that. Musicology professor reacts. Boom! That's it. Music professor reacts to music videos with educational opinions, which I think is weird, but there you go. Also, hello, Origami Shuriken. How are you? Origami Shuriken. Origami Shuriken. Origami Shuriken. Origami Shuriken. How's Ghosts of Salt Mall going? How's it going? I want to ask that question. Also, educated opinion, thumbs up or both thumbs up? Rissa says, Trooper, I have crappy vision, and these computer terminals are too dark and tiny to read. That drives. Okay. Let me read it to you. From Lilia Hagen to Sublight Company, all subject, don't run. We lost another contractor to a UDL gunship. This is your daily reminder that legitimate businesses don't run from the authorities. And that is what we are. Stay calm. Present your papers. If you get tangled up in the courts, I will personally bail you out. Anyone see Hawthorne lately? I could use some reliable help. LH. Fallbrook shipments. Unlike most of you sprats, Catherine is bringing Sublight a consistent income. From today, until I say so, you're to treat her as an extension of my desk. Speaking of which, Tobias, order an extension for my desk. LH. Fallbrook shipment. Purpleberry liquor, lots. Spectrum vodka, even more than that. Erotica generic, the locals aren't picky. Erotica exotic, except for the ones who are. Space cake surprise. I don't know what this is, but it was on last month's order list, so either track some down or do your best in the kitchen. Black hole. Holcomb signed tossball poster. Oh, I remember that. P.S. Tobias, where are we with that desk extension? This week in salvage. My scanner says the Mardettes impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew dropped so many bits at Vera's place that they couldn't afford to lift the impound. Whoever gets me salvage rights gets to sit quietly in my office and watch a professional work. One of ours had an altercation with one of theirs, lost another contractor, scrapped the ship, dedicated a tenth of the salvage to funeral expenses. I take care of my people. A little sprat told me that a crate of spoiled cysty pork ended up at the bottom of a Monarch Canyon. Let's see how much we can sell. Speaking of which, no one eat at Auntie Cleo's stall until I say so. Something in the kitchen's gone bad. The next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, they had better dispatch a ground team to the debris field before the Marauders have their turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers. I'm gonna put my gun away, and I'm gonna talk to our boss lady, see how she's doing. Wrong direction. Right direction? Wrong direction. I didn't go up the elevator. That's what happened. I didn't go up the elevator. That's what happened. Okay, what happened? What happened? Good job, Rissa. Yeah, it's a way too high resolution if it's trying to be a Commodore 64. That is true. Origami says, hi, I'm okay. I'm eager to get back to Salt Maw, but we're on break at the moment while we sort out schedules and mental bandwidth. Yeah. Oh, I totally get that. Someone is very popular and very busy on weekends. I wonder who that is. Weird. I'm just wondering when you're going to start up again. And also have a question. And also, can I steal this? Oh, I can examine it. Contractors, if the authorities are on your heels, our legal team has pre-approved you to recite this passage from our colonial trading rights. Quote, pursuant to regulations following internally preserved borscht, such a business entity would therefore be entitled to gather, maintain, and ultimately dispose of decommissioned agricultural hardware and accessories for profit or convenience, end quote. The short version, if we handle the potted meat, we can legally salvage tractors and tractor parts. That's why I keep a can of borscht in a sublight-owned safe deposit box off-world, and why the goods you bring in are cataloged as farm equipment. Everything we do is perfectly legal. Now go bring home some bacon. Interesting. I'm gonna get away from your desk and be on the other side because it's a little bit weird and rude for me to chat with you, you know, this way.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain.
Yes, Trooper, I'm also wondering when we're starting up again. Dates to be determined, I guess. Okay, yeah, because, you know, I'm gonna have a hiatus, a season hiatus as well. Anyway, Origami Shuriken, I need to ask you a really important question about Salt Maw. Have they been looking for space mermaids? Have they been looking for space mermaids? This is my question. You will also find some automic salvage. Let's start with the scientists.
I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation.
Yeah, you should.
Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station?
Oh yeah, a UDL gunship buzzed the station, but I convinced them to back off.
I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer.
Interesting.
I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business.
I don't have the perception right now.
That out already.
Oh no! I should have brought my perception people with me. I could have maybe hit this. Oh no! I want to know what's behind that locked. I want to know what's behind that locked answer, and I feel like I could have had the perception, and now I don't, and now I'm sad. Void Sirens, is that Space Mermaids? Did you know that Salt Maw has a mother named Salt Mama? I heard that. Spelljammer crossover in Salt Maw. It's a dark matter, is what it is. They have not. Wait, Origami Shuriken, they have not been looking for space mermaids? What are they doing? Using the Mage Hand Press Dark Matter setting, but I believe they had a very strong Spelljammer influence in writing it. So, all I'm saying, I'm going to say I'm listening. All I'm saying is that when some things clear up and scheduling's been made and all of that. You know, if you need me to come back in as a guest to encourage them to look at the space mermaids, which I am totally ready for that, because I saw a space mermaid and I just feel like if they're not paying attention to the space mermaids, they should, because clearly that's the key to the whole conspiracy.
After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears.
Yeah, like there's
You
grossness.
and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know.
They rescued a robot pilot from a ship that was lost in space. They did not look for mermaids yet. I always need you as a guest. I would have the regular scheduled permit. Yeah, schedules are not permitting at the moment, but I'm always ready to jump in and to remind them about the space mermaids. Because here's the thing about the void mermaids, you know, I really feel like they will find what they seek if they seek the mermaids, because the mermaids are a sign. And I saw one. Nobody believes me, but I saw a space mermaid. That's all I'm saying. I will poke you. Thank you. Poke me, please. You had my interest. Now you have my attention.
Glad to know it, Captain. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters.
And spoilers, I totally saw a space mermaid. I did. I know I did. I saw a space mermaid. I'm guessing you have an idea.
Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Aliens. I'm talking about aliens.
What?
They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084.
No.
And who knows what else.
No.
We have to put a stop to it.
No, it's...
I knew it.
No.
Aliens from other worlds been visiting Halcyon.
No.
At least one of your crew can keep an open mind. But this isn't some aetherwave serial millstone. This is reality.
It's not aliens. It's not aliens. It's human experimentation. I'm gonna just say nothing right now.
Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens.
I know you're saying that.
I'm not asking you to like it.
But
I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
it's not aliens.
Well, at least she doesn't expect us to believe it.
Thank you, Ellie.
Damn, she's serious. Tragic, ain't it? What age does to your mental faculties?
No, I just think...
Your crew
No.
is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on.
Right.
I assume you have questions?
Right. So, look, there is something going on. I just don't think it's aliens. Do you know what do you see what, yeah. I should do a spin-off show on my own channel and have a bunch of rotating guests. That would be really cool. I love when they have him support the idea. Of course, technically, that's true, actually. We are aliens here, right? Felix, I know. So let's say, I'm going to say a few.
If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Now's the time for setting doubts aside.
Okay, so when you say aliens, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm with
One
you.
carried out with the help of human collaborators.
Okay.
Assuming they haven't all been replaced.
Nope.
This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change
Yes.
us, make us more like those monsters on Monarch.
This is, okay, right. This is true, but I haven't seen any evidence of aliens, more like sketchy corporations.
No kidding. That's how they want it. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion looking back at me. This is my data talking, not my anxiety or lack of sleep.
You know what? Okay, so here's the problem, chat. My character believes that corporations are using gas to splice human and raptidon genetics to create weird superhuman soldiers or whatnot. So all that part that she thinks is happening, I also think is happening. I just don't think it's aliens. I think it's corporations, right? So the question is, do I say, enough, tell me what needs to be done, or do I say, I really don't know what to make of this, Lilia? Which one do I say? Just one possible conclusion. It was all about the breadfruit. Let me just say, enough, tell me what needs to be done. Let's just say
Dr.
that.
Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiment.
Okay.
She sold out her species.
Whoa.
I need you to put a bullet through her skull.
Wow. That's a lot. Yeah, Rissa, I went with option 2. Why does Dr. Chartrand need to die? I just want to know what she thinks.
She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness. Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team.
Okay, so when did Sublight get so principled seems a little bit too aggressive, so I'm going to just say your concern for the fate of our species is admirable, because that seems less antagonistic.
You've got me all wrong.
Oh, what?
I just want to add savior of humanity to my resume.
Oh my goodness.
I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way Sublight gets first dibs on alien salvage.
Wow. Wow. Now it all makes sense. Sounds messy, but I'll take the job. Murder isn't covered under my contract or employment agreement. Where does Chartrand fit into your alien conspiracy theory? Yeah, you can write your own resume. I'm going to go with, where does Chartrand fit into your alien conspiracy? I'm going to ask that question.
We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks. How much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain. An invasion needs collaborators working from the shadows. She has access to the board, unlimited funds, and a colony full of sheep.
Okay. We need to have a conversation, all of us, right now, about my character, Jezza Carmichael. My character, Jezza Carmichael, was a bartender before, right, he got onto the colony ship. Bit of a rebel, likes to damn the man, would do graffiti. Do you know what I mean? He's a hacker. He'd be like, I'm going to hack into the system. And he was a bartender. So bartender, graffiti, would do some graffiti, maybe some light vandalism, some hacking, you know, that kind of guy. And thinks of himself as, you can write your, Sublight is also a corporation. Yes, this is true. Hey, Dutch Teddy. So, but as he's on this new space, right, all that stuff, there's also a no-sif option. Okay, I'll pick it.
Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive.
Yeah, I think so too, actually.
Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab.
Thank you, Rissa. Okay, so look, here's the conundrum where I'm at. This is the conundrum that I've got for my character. And I need to talk through this with you all, and then you can give me your thoughts. Oh, hey, I think that there are polls. Is that true? I think we might be able to do, is this true? I can do a poll, I think. Let's do an experiment. Let's do an experiment, everybody. Let's do an experiment. Okay, let's do an experiment. I'm kind of excited for this. Will this actually do a thing? Create a new poll. Ooh. Okay. This is great. But I have to tell you what my reasoning is, and then you can tell me what we can vote. So Jezza, as I imagine him, is not a... Okay, this is complicated, right? So one, he thinks he's a rebel, but I think he's not as nearly as rebellious as he thinks he is, right? Or at least, because when he ran into like anarchists that just like shooting people, he kind of wasn't into that. He didn't like just running around just murdering people. That's why he felt uncomfortable with the head of that sort of like anarchist group, because that head of the anarchist group was just like, I want to murder all the people, and he's like, ooh, that's a lot. That's why he sort of pushed him out and brought in the woman who cared about the anarchists' you know, well-being and health. So I don't think of him as a murderer, as a person who's just like, I'm a cold-blooded murderer. I don't think of him as that way. So that makes me feel like he'd be reluctant to just take a job that required him to murder somebody in cold blood. On the other hand, what have I been doing in this game for the last 35 episodes has been murdering a lot of people. Normally they attack you first. It has been self-defense. He hasn't just like straight up cold-blooded just murdered somebody just from the get out. He has killed people who've been attacking him. And so I just don't know if he would take a job to just straight up murder somebody. That just feels a little out of character, except that he has been murdering people. So, ooh, yes, I gave you the name again, Young at Heart. Let me see. Should Jezza go for murder? So this is my question, and I'm going to make a poll because I've never done this before, because it seems like a thing I've never done and it could be fun. And why not? Because I like to learn new things. Sounds messy. Oh, it looks like we don't actually have a lot of space for our answers. That's weird. But no, murder isn't covered. We're doing an experiment, everybody. Murder isn't. I wonder, I imagine that you do these things ahead of time, right? So let's see, duration. Let's have this be a 1-minute poll, because oh, this is just an immediate thing. So I just put a poll up, everyone, and you can vote on it. There should be a pop-up that showed up, and then you can vote. You can vote. I don't know. We're gonna just see what people do in the 60 seconds our poll is up. So this is the thing. Jezza, I don't think of himself as a murderer, and he has yet to this point in time ever taken just a full-on just murder somebody case. But these scientists seem super sketch, and they're clearly doing bad things. So the scientists are clearly doing bad things, but like straight up murder is like a big step. But then, like, so what do we do? Do we take this job? Do we not take this job? I need your votes, because I don't know. I am not. I need your input. I need y'all's input, my friends, because I don't know the answer. Click the down arrow to see the options. Oh yes, thank you. Okay, so the response is no, murder isn't covered. Okay, all right, okay. Say yes means I'll see when I get there. This is rough, right? It's rough because of spoilers, right? And I haven't been spoiled. And also, Krellin, I'm going to remember that you watch Kolos the next day. So I'm going to go with murder isn't covered.
Just think of it as salvaging hope from the smoking wreckage of humanity. This is your initiation into a future with sublight. Want a steady position in our ranks? Buy one with a bullet.
Yeah, I don't know about this, Lilia.
If you don't want the job, just walk away. I'm giving you first dibs because you've seen what's at stake.
I'm going to say I need to think about this. Because here's the thing, look, here's the thing. I think I do need to think about this.
Don't think for too long. I want this business tidied up before anyone starts asking questions.
Oh, this is not a side quest. Oh, dang it. That was my other concern. My other concern is that, that I need to do this content. It's just that's not a good pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's giving me a pitch about aliens, which, like, I just don't believe those aliens are true. I think that there are bad scientists doing bad things, right? Like, I really think that the scientists are doing really, really bad things and need to be stopped because they're experimenting on humans in ways that's like, it's really bad, right? Like, they're doing, like, it looks like some non-consensual experimentation too, and that's no good. Not taking the murder job doesn't mean you miss the content. Oh. Okay, so I cannot take the murder job and then not miss the content. Okay. Okay. Okay then. Thank you. Also, it's complicated. Yes. I just feel like taking a job for Sublight, which is a sketchy corporation, to just go and straight up murder somebody, even if that person is super sketch, without like agreeing to murder somebody, just straight up out the way, just feels sketch. Huh. Have I think I've seen all of this. Yeah, I think I've seen all of this. Yeah, I just feel weird about, I just don't know. I just don't know. I feel weird about it. Yeah. And I don't have good feelings about this woman. Like, I mean, I'll tell you that. It's not like I'm like, oh, she seems so great.
Good to see you again.
She seems sketch, right? You know what I mean? Like that scientist seems sketchy. I don't know what's up, but we're gonna sell stuff because I care about you. And I want you to know that even though I have all of the weight at this moment, I'm still, because I listen to you all, I'm going to sell some stuff. All of the stuff? Probably not. But I am going to sell some stuff. I'm going to sell things that don't have special things on them. Don't sell it, keep it. Bill. Now Bill is telling me not to sell the things, and you know, what is this? It's a shovel that's got some little special symbol on it. What do you think that special symbol means? It probably means that it's the worst. Also, don't listen to me. Bill, by the way, is one of my favorite peoples. I don't want to get rid of my sunglasses. Like, we're selling things, probably things that I should be wearing rather than selling, but I'm doing neither, so, you know, there's that. I've got a lot of food that I just don't feel like looking at right now, so I won't. And then oh, hey, junk. Krellin says, except the racist and the fascist. Yeah, no, and probably, yeah, no. So like, it is true that I do tend to love humanity as a whole. That is fair. That's true. That's true. Because, like, not all human beings I love, because some people are mean because they're fascists and racists and sexist and homophobes, and they're mean. You know what I mean? And, you know, I was talking to somebody about something. It's a little bit complicated. So you know how people will say that impact, like intent doesn't matter, it's just impact? And I half believe that. In the sense that lots and lots of people are just kind of met, but I actually like met people too. Do you know what I mean? I like met people too. So the thing is, intent informs decisions, and it also informs how I'm going to deal with you, right? Like if Bill, for example, punches me in the eye, but it was an accident, either way, if he punched me in the eye, it's an accident. He punched me in the eye on purpose. Either way, I still got punched in the eye, right? That's what people mean when they say that, you know, impact, right? But how I deal with Bill in the future is going to really depend on whether or not he punched me in the eye on purpose or on accident. If he punched me in the eye on accident, I'll be like, oh, hey, that's cool, Bill. It was an accident. I get it. You know, like my eye still hurts, but like, you know, if Bill punched me in the eye on purpose, the next follow-up question is, did he punch me in the eye because I had a doomsday device that I was about to set off and destroy the entire galaxy? Or just cuz? Do you know what I mean? So like if he punched me in the eye because I had a doomsday device, because I was...
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship.
Thanks. Because, you know, like I was being controlled by a space parasite, that'd be fine too. I'd be like, that's cool, Bill. You punch me in the eye, space parasite, doomsday device, it's cool. I'm not mad about it. So I just actually kind of feel like intent sometimes does matter. Knowing, of course, you can never really know anybody's intent, but, you know, I mean... Oh, the landing pad? Landing pad? Sure. What's going on at Terra 2? What's over there?
Destination reached. Scylla.
Did you see there was a Terra 2 thing? What was that? What was that? Why did you punch Trooper Bill the Forest? Inquiring mind wants to know. I think it might have to do with the Doomsday device, but I really cannot confirm that. Or I don't want to confirm that on the grounds that it might incriminate me, because, you know, I never did such things. Never! I never did it. It was an alternate timeline. It might have been an alternate timeline. It might have been. I mean, that is possible. I'm not judging. Oh, Bill and I are in 2 RPGs together, and I adore playing with Bill. By the way, who am I supposed to take on this mission with me? I feel like there are people who have quests on this planet, and I should probably take them with me, but I don't know who they are. To murder people? So this is, looks like this doesn't seem to be anybody important. Friendship, Clyde. I need Felix. Although I don't even know what is going on. I'm on Scylla, but there's like another location, right? There's like another location, so I think that maybe I don't need to bring Felix with me right now. Parvati, that's Byzantium. Manta Queen, Nyoka. Okay. Nyoka, so I'll take her with me. And then I'm gonna take Nyoka and the Vicar. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Well, not the moral. So let's say Nyoka and the Vicar, because I feel like they have got things to do here. So Bill, I adore playing with Bill, and can I just say, look, this is important. I am having such a good time in the Game of Thrones game For the North on Mondays with Bill, Prax, Johnny, and Shauna, and myself as the players. I'm really enjoying the character work that is going on in this game. It's super fun. No, Trooper, you cannot just say, you're gonna say like 4 things and that's actually true, Krill. That actually is true. And I am really interested in everybody in the game, all the players are doing really interesting character work. Like they're really, really, ooh, look at this, everybody. This is some gorgeousness. Wow. Oh. Ooh. I'm gonna put my gun away. Insert captain identification cartridge to initiate remote landing. Okay. That's fine.
If I were a hermit, I'd choose to live on a desolate rock orbiting the middle of nowhere.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Max. It's cool. It's fine. We've got some star-crossed troopers. We've got a Vicar Max that we can sort of deal with. See which one is closer. They're both in the same spot, so I think we're pretty good. We're pretty good, I'm thinking. It is really, really pretty. Yeah, so I have just been, thank you. I feel like we're going for like, 3:15-ish, when did I start? I think I started like at 3:15, 3:20, something like that. How long have I been? I've been live for, so I feel like we've got 30 minutes. So we're gonna go to like, 3:25-ish, right around there. So we can get a good 3 hours in. Also, let's just, if I jump off here, do you think I'll die? Let's find out. Jump! Sorry, I just, you know, look, what? I just have to jump. I might as well jump. Can't you see me standing here? I got my back against the record machine. I ain't the worst that you've seen. Or do you know what I mean? I was like trying to pull those lyrics out of my mind because it's been a while. You know, it's been a while since I heard that song. It's been quite a while. Jump! Oh man, I haven't thought about that song in a really long time. And that was David Lee Roth era Van Halen, as a matter of fact. Do you all know Nerf Herder? So much game. Do you know Nerf Herder, the band? There's a band called Nerf Herder. I'm pretty sure they're from SoCal. If they're not, they are doing a really good job sounding like they're from SoCal, so...
Outlaws. Get ahead.
Okay.
You know, I'd feel bad for outlaws if they weren't such complete assholes.
That's fair. So apparently they're outlaws here that I'm going to murder? Yep, there's an outlaw. I'm gonna murder this outlaw with my sniper rifle, which makes me feel like I'm committing murder. So there's that, which is, yeah, yep. So there's that.
We've got a fight on our hands.
Well, we're done with the sniper rifle now, because, oh, hey, all right, well, okay, well, so, Jump is a good song from Van Halen. It definitely gets you pumped, right? So, Nerf Herder is this band. I don't know if they're actually from SoCal or if I'm just making that up, but they really have a SoCal vibe to them, if that makes any sense.
So few graves.
Oh, so now just murder, huh? Well, guess Science Slade's gotta die. Well, but they were attacking us. Now, technically, they weren't attacking us. I just sniped one in the head, you know, so there's kind of that, but... And that's actually the weird thing about playing these games, that there's a kind of like a weird disconnect in certain ways with your behavior and your ideology. They're from Santa Barbara. Yes. Okay, I was right. Because just look, the way they sing is so SoCal that I don't, like, if they are not from SoCal, they're putting on a SoCal accent. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. But they have a song called, well, my favorite song, well, they actually they have a couple songs that I really love. But they have a Van Halen song, and it's called Van Halen. And it's how he doesn't like Sammy Hagar. But like all the lyrics are basically song titles from Van Halen. You know, she's running with the devil, oh, oh. Can't you hear Stacy crying? She's running with the devil, oh, oh. Anyway, like, it's all about, like, buying the album and can't drive 55, I'll never buy your stupid albums again, never again. But, yeah. Yes, yes, you can't drive, yes, exactly. And that's why. And it makes me laugh, but I just feel like I need to share with you because it's my stream and I can do what I want. I want to share with you my two favorite songs of theirs. They have many good songs, but like one of my most favorite songs is the song I Only Eat Candy. Yeah, it's called I Only Eat Candy. And also, I did not kill all these people. I think some of these people are already dead, just for the record. And it's like, I don't eat meat, and I don't eat vegetables. No. I only eat candy, my friend. I only eat sweets. I only eat candy, my good friend. Oh, I only eat candy. And then it's like, no, I think this is how it starts. I don't murder and I don't kill or manufacture atomic weapons. And I don't worship Satan. Oh no, not like Charlie and Steve. I only eat candy. Like, and I want a Baby Metal. Yeah, Baby Metal to do a cover of I only eat candy would be amazing. So I wasn't a big fan of Sammy Hagar until I took a trip with one of my sergeants to Tombstone, Arizona. We rode in his 80s Camaro out there. He was a big Sammy Hagar fan. Oh, you know, it's interesting, right? How spending time with someone who's a fan, who loves something, even if you're not a big fan of it, can help you see how they love it or why they love it, and then you can come to love it as well. I think that's actually very cool. Yes. But I want to sing for you my favorite one. You know, another one, when I think about this particular kind of SoCal style, I think about them, Nerf Herder, but I also think about Cake. You know, she's going the distance. She's going for speed. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone in a time of need. There are a lot of spreads here. She's racing and chasing and running the course, and the something I feel like my shot, there's a shotgun. I was like, is this shotgun interesting at all, or is it not at all interesting? Hey, that thing you like? Yes. Yeah, so we're talking about like SoCal bands. Ooh, I should do my next free association 10 on SoCal sounding bands. That's my next free association. That's it. That's the one. My next free association on YouTube, on Twitter, pardon me. Twitter is going to be SoCal bands or SoCal sounding bands. Yes. Their I Will Survive cover was at every party I went to in the 90s for some reason. Oh, well. Oh, you know, right. Weezer, of course, right? Weezer, 100%. And depending on where I also don't know where my mind will go. My mind might just take me to the Doors, do you know? Like they just might. Also, what are we even doing right now? Right now we're hanging out. I don't want to get off this platform just yet, if you don't mind, because I feel like there are more things we haven't explored on this platform. So there's that. Also, I'm thinking SoCal bands. I'm thinking No Doubt and Sublime. Right, No Doubt, Sublime. If we're going more like contemporary, I'm just a girl. I'd probably do that one. Ooh, you know what I might do? Oh, Warren Zevon. Oh, yeah. I might actually do I Saw Red, which was Sublime with Gwen Stefani. That was a good one. Although Sublime has a lot of good songs. They have a lot of good songs. Rage Against the Machine, that's a good one too. Rage Against the Machine, but then you could also do like Guns N' Roses because they're SoCal. Ringmaster's Log, Circus Time Primal Performers. Predictably, our primal passengers broke free shortly after landing. I said this would happen after the enclosure malfunction we hushed up on Byzantium. Who cares how many tickets we sold? That woman lost an arm. The first and second recovery teams never returned. The only way I can convince the rest of the crew to form a third team is if I join them. I'm management. Architect erased them. I'm not supposed to face this type of hazard. I'm leaving this journal with the ship, in case we don't return. To any Circus Time employees reading this, immediately hand this device to your supervisor and stop reading. Circus Time supervisors, our plans to present the primal performers were premature. These creatures cannot be tamed. Next time marketing wants to present an actual circus, make one of them lead the damned thing. Sounds like bad things happened here. Side note. Red Hot Santeria is like classic. A lot of those beach ska bands came out of SoCal. Oh yeah. And then some of that kind of yeah. I was thinking like, I was thinking about some of like neo swing bands, but most of the neo swing bands I know are actually from NorCal. So I've been playing Death Stranding the past few days, and you can get an interviews transcripts throughout, and I got one titled "In a Sexual World" that mentions demisexuals and panromantics that pose the idea that the majority of the population in the game are asexual, which is some dope representation. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Cage the Elephant. Yeah. Ooh, hello. Loot. Just gonna loot the stuff because looting might be useful later. So the song that I love the most, they're from Motley Crue. Well, that whole sort of hair metal excess, like Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses. There were a bunch of them, right? In that scene. Bowling Green. Oh, that's cool. Also, I'm thinking of the Go-Go's, right? They're SoCal. The Go-Go's are cool. Also, I feel like I don't have, there we go. No rest for the, okay, look, I feel like I've been all over this platform and I can't find my baby, but I might not have been. So we're gonna try the other side. So my favorite song by Nerf Herder, which I love for a particular reason, is Nose Ring Girl. That one I love. Nose Ring Girl. So Nose Ring Girl, I'm gonna sing it for you because I love the song and I want you to know why I love it. And I want to know if you will know why I love it because, Faded Broadsheet. The corner of a Faded Broadsheet is reserved for Circus Time sponsored advertisements. Circus Time announces Primal Performance Tour. Come one, come all. Circus Time is about to turn your community into a circus town. Our patented primal performers can dance, sing, eat, and dance. Want to feel the primals? 2 bits for a bag of sprat tails. Want to take one home? Ask our lawyers. Want to be part of the meet and greet retreat? Look into pricing for our premium primal pack. Keep your eyes to the sky. Primals are coming. Note, under no circumstances should primals leave their enclosure. Primals will consume human flesh. Unattended, primals should be reported to the nearest Circus Time authority. Do not expose primals to gunfire, loud noises, or harsh body language or harsh language of any kind. Primal musk is toxic and mildly corrosive. Do not submerge body parts in primal musk. Circus Time employees will never instruct guests to interact with primal musk ever. I am a little worried. I think that dingoes may have eaten my baby. So the song is Nose Ring Girl, and I'm going to sing it to you right now as we play because I want you to know what I find hilarious, and I find the song hilarious. Hilarious. It goes like this. If I can remember the lyrics, but I think I can because it makes me laugh. Goes, and I also like the way it's sung. I met a girl. She was standing on the dance floor of the club. She was a very, very pretty girl. So I went up to talk to her, and because when you share your thoughts with someone, you feel close to them. Nose ring girl, I love you. Nose ring girl, I want you, I want you, I want you. Nose ring girl, I love you. Nose ring girl, I want you, I want you, I want you. As wait. She had, there you go. She had pretty hair and beautiful eyes and a Dalmatian jacket. A Dalmatian jacket. She was the kind of girl that you would give up eating meat for. No more salami, no more steak and potatoes. Yeah, she was the kind of girl, she's the kind of girl that would go down to the health food store and buy hummus and tabbouleh and rice cakes, rice cakes, rice cakes. Nose ring girl, I love you. Nose ring girl, I want you, I want you, I want you. Nose ring girl, I love you. Nose ring girl, I want you, I want you, I want you. Here's the best part. As it turns out, she was the best friend of the ex-girlfriend of my good friend Steve, my very good friend Steve. But she didn't like me. She said I was a drunkard, an alcoholic, a weirdo, A freak. Freak? Nose ring girl. I love you. Nose ring girl. And so, okay, so what I'm imagining, right, is that there's this nose ring girl who's like wearing this Dalmatian jacket, right? She's got the pretty hair and the beautiful eyes, and like, you know, I don't know, she'd go down to the health food store and she'd, you know, have hummus and tabbouleh and rice cakes and everything. And like, he walks up to her to like talk to her, like with this deep relationship they have, and he's just drunk. And she's like, who are you? Like, I don't want to talk to you. And like the idea that like the entire time he's going on about this like relationship he has with the nose ring girl, and like you know, but she's just like, who are you? And like I just that last line, right, which is like when he's like, she said it wasn't but she didn't like me. She said I was a drunkard, an alcoholic, a weirdo. And like, I just imagine him being like super drunk dude at the club. And what I think is amazing is that we don't know that he's super drunk dude at the club when the song starts. We don't know it until the very end. And I just have to tell you, that just tickles me hardcore, you know? Like, it really, really, really tickles me hardcore. Like, a lot. Also, I probably, oh, hi. Let's, nope. This one, let's do that. Let's bring out guns. Like a gun, not that one, this one. Hi, how are you doing? That one, hi. I'm gonna shoot you. Hi. Hi, how's everybody doing? You know what? Use those. Use your special weapons. Use your special powers. Special powers? Nobody? No? That's cool. All right. I would love it if people would use their special powers. And maybe not die. Hi. Are you gonna kill? Hey, how you doing? You know, don't be dead. How's everyone? Special powers. Somebody use your special powers. Somebody. Come on. Is somebody invisible? What's going on? Who's attacking me? Hi. Okay. I'm sorry for your arm. Is everybody okay? Vicar Max, how's everyone going? How are you doing? I hope you're fine. There was like more of them than I thought there were. There was like more of them, and that was awkward. So anyway, nose ring girl, huh? Let's see. Every now and then you have to have a decent one like Cajun Help. Yeah. Everyone's on YouTube. Which aspect of her personality should I base this song on? I know, the nose ring. Sounds autobiographical. Is it one of those hybrids they were made? I don't know. The only, PH. The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a Vicar Max. Yeah. That's such a good song. Dusty Springfield. Props to Dusty Springfield. Also, it looks like there's a cave. We should find out what's in it. Anyway, it's a thing that I really enjoy songs with an unreliable narrator. And maybe this is just a thing. I have not heard Cam Clark's cover of that, but I feel like you should post it in our Discord, because why are there so many skeletons in here? Hi.
Someone has been keeping up with the exercise.
Hi. How are you? You seem questionable. Oh, good. You put the Maggie trailer in. Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting that in the trailer Discord. In the trailer in the Discord. Thank you. Because I'm excited to look at it. It does not look like I can open this.
Feeling better soon.
Do you feel weird about this? We're gonna just leave. We're gonna leave that damaged mechanical there. So basically, I really enjoy songs where the singer is perhaps lying to themselves and we find out some way through. I also enjoy songs, or how many other songs? Yeah, I do enjoy a song where the lead singer is deceiving themselves. And I find that interesting. Ooh, 310, thank you. Ooh, hello, Star-Crossed Troopers. Fight after stream, thank you. Is there something else what else do I like besides that? I do like that. I also like songs where person singing does not care about you at all. I quite like that as well. Specifically in a kind of a new wave sort of a way where it's probably super, super synthy, and the lead singer just does not care. It's just like, whatever. For an example, there's a song by, and the song has had multiple remixes, and there's one that I particularly like, and if you get used to one particular remix, then sometimes it's hard for you to listen to other remixes because, you know, you're used to that one. I'm going to continue into this space. We're going to move into here and then move around here is what we're going to do. We're going to kind of make this loop is how we're going to do. So there's this song by Miss Kitten and the Hacker called Frank Sinatra, and it's just the version that I have, the remix version that I have, I just love because it's got like, this is actually not from the 80s. I think it's
close to the hermit. I can feel it.
Thanks. It's more contemporary. It's probably from the aughts, maybe. Could be the 90s, but I think it's the aughts. It's probably the aughts. Anyway, like it's got like real sort of like dance music in the background, right? And then you've got this woman, and she's got this sort of vaguely French accent, and she sounds super bored. And why do I like singers who sound bored sometimes? I don't know, but I do. And so she's sounding super bored, and she's like, this is how the song goes. Every night with my star friends, we drink champagne and we eat caviar and drink champagne. Every night with my star friends, we drink champagne and we eat caviar and drink champagne. Oh, here we go. In limousines we have sex, and we listen to Frank Sinatra. Ooh, hello. You know Frank Sinatra? He's dead. Dead. And it's just like I was not expecting that, and I was like, oh, okay. Also, I'm not doing well physically. I'm being hit by things, and I would like not to be hit by things. My friends, you should use your powers. Don't hit me. Ooh. Okay. I'm getting hit by things. People should use their special powers. I noticed. I did notice that help needs to be had. Okay. Yeah, I noticed there was bad things happening. Everybody relax. You know, just hold on. Oh my goodness. It is a factual statement, but just the way she says it, you know, it's just like, I was not expecting that, you know. It was just this like, I was like, what? And just the sort of world weary, you know, world weariness of it all. Volpez knows Miss Kitten. Thank you, Volpez. See, Volpez, you're cool. Yes. And there is a particular kind of performance affect of like, oh, whatever. But like, then you kind of say these outrageous things that I just find, it just tickles me. Oh, hey, I leveled up, everyone. I think, by the way, in our level up, we have 10 minutes or so. We should probably up our skill points, right? Yeah, I like, look at our persuasion. Our persuasion, oh, we know we need lock picking, right? That's what we need. We need some lock picking, right? That's what we're doing. Yes, lock picking. Yes, no, yes. Or do we, or I'm super persuady and I enjoy that. That is my life. But I also feel like, what I did not have with Lilia was persuade. Oh, you put Miss Kitten Frank Sinatra. Yes. Thank you. I didn't have enough persuade, but I also didn't have enough lockpick somewhere else. And then engineering could be really good, although I'm not super heavy in engineering right now. Science does stuff, and you know what? And also, I should be better at my handguns, because I shoot people with them. We're going up to 80 in persuade. So, we're just gonna go all persuade right now. We're gonna hit 100 in persuade is what we're gonna do. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We've just decided. We've decided. That's it. We're doing it. That's it. But we can decisions. We're gonna just level up Nyoka because we're gonna give her let's see, duration of status effects, combat effects inflicted by this companion, they last longer. When this companion takes damage, they gain some armor for a short time. That sounds really good. When this companion is downed in combat, they heal back some health and continue fighting. One of these two, either second wind or stand your ground. Let's go with stand your ground because I feel like she's going to get hit a lot, and then armor's probably good, right? Or we can just have her, but it has a long cooldown, so we'll do that one. Yeah. That's what we're doing. And then Vicar Max, my friend, we are going to, have we not leveled you up enough? What's up with that? Chance immediately rescind this commander's ability cooldown when they get a killing blow. Reduce harmful status, increase damage. Do more damage. Do that. Boom. And we're good. So, I'm wanting to tell you something. I am wanting to tell you something, and I feel like I forgot what it was. We're gonna go see the Hermit, by the way. We're gonna do that before we close. I just want to finish looking at this platform. Yeah, Miss Kitten's really... Oh, I know what I was gonna say about it. You know who I also really think is great? I also, not similar, but not the same, right? Ooh, thank you. Ooh, Rissa is doing the work right now. This is where you can find me in all of my RPGs, by the way. So thank you. Tonight, of course, you can find me on The Regiment at 8 p.m. over at Praxagora the Smophoria. Ooh, hey, look. We just got a new science weapon. That's exciting. I'm jazzed about that. I never used them, but maybe one day I will. I mean, you don't know if it's possible. That's why I pay you in virtual donuts. I also, anyway, so I'm not, no spoilers. So Peaches is another person who is right in this kind of aesthetic wherein, although she gets rocky at sometimes, but there are also songs where she's just like sort of detached. Many of the songs I cannot sing right now because they're a little bit dirty. Oh, I will certainly eat because I did not eat enough food yesterday, by the way. Just because how my day went yesterday, I did Aether's Walkway from 1 to 3, but then I didn't get off the call until 4, and then I need to do some prep, and so I was doing some prep for City of Light and Shadow, and when I was about ready to eat, my internet failed, so I had to restart my router, so I was like doing a bunch of router stuff, and then I had to like put on a shirt, so I ended up not eating enough yesterday, and I was like, oof, and I was feeling it at the very end that I didn't have enough food, but I'm gonna get food now. Oh my god, yeah, peaches. Millions of peaches for me. Oh, peaches. The problem is I've got in my head the beginning of AAA. Like you wanted me, calling me all the time. Behind us, what's left of what else is in the teaches of peaches but sex on the beaches, huh? What? Yeah. Anyway, peaches is a great one. Let's see. Preliminary survey results. We've completed our initial survey, and I have to admit that your hunch was right. I eat lunch next time on Terra 1. We barely started our survey before we uncovered a mineral vein with high densities of yttrium and scandium. There's a limit on how much my team can extract in these pressure suits. Get us a terraformer and some prospecting mechanicals, and this little venture of ours is going to make us all rich. Hope the weather on Terra 1 isn't getting you down. I hear a permanent facility on Hephaestus is almost ready for habitation. Status report, day 127. Thanks for rushing us that replacement part, Linda. My team got the farmer repaired and it's busy. The former repaired and transformer repaired and is terraformer. And it's busy turning terraformer, busy turning out O2 again. Hey, did you have to send one loaded with seed stock? Damn grasses are triggering my allergies. Survey efforts continue. That initial vein ran dry quicker than we hoped, but we're getting promising results from other locations. Density of scandium lower than first sight, but yttrium still at respectable levels. We had a board team out here last week scanning for signals from the Hope. Ooh, when was this? We could all guess the results from how unhappy they looked. It's been 3 years since the board classified the ship as missing. You'd think we'd be over it by now. Hey, that was me. Hey. Day 268. Format. Ah, yes. The pain away. Thank you. Thank you, Volpez. 4 minutes. That's fair. It's fair. It's 4 minutes. Congratulations on your promotion. Youngest full VP in company history. Just promise me you won't promote that drill bit Needham to replace you. Bad news, Lynn. All the sites within the former's dome have run dry. The mechanicals are bringing back good samples from beyond the retention field. I'll be sending you a requisition for a hauler to relocate the terraformer closer to the new sites. My team heard that you arranged for some circus time traveling show to stop at our base. It was a big boost to morale. We can't wait for some entertainment out here. And you're all gonna be murdered. Message 4. Ooh. Get promoted, no longer help your buddies. Denial of site relocation. Thackeray. Oh, Thackeray. Your request for site relocation on that useless rock is denied. You've had over a year to generate a profit. You haven't done it by now. If you haven't, it's not going to happen. And Evers is too busy to hide your incompetence. I don't want to hear any of your absurd excuses either. The terraformer failure was bad enough, but this drivel about primals running loose and damaging your equipment is the limit. The utter limit, do you hear? Operations at your site are terminated, effective immediately. I've got a new site in mind for you. One of the rocks orbiting Hephaestus. Temps are a cool 170 degrees Celsius. You'll love it. Needham, who I don't think is a nice person. Logs. Happy birthday, Julia. A visiting board team reminded me of the date. We should be celebrating your 42nd birthday today. I'd try to get you drunk with the latest Rizzo's concoction. You turn up your nose and say it was nowhere near as good as an earth wine. I don't know where you are, big sis. It's been 13 years since you entered hibernation, since the Hope started its journey. Aw. I don't know what happened, why you never got here. If the architect is kind, you didn't suffer. I think about you all the time. Every time one of the big interstellar conveyors blazes past, I look up and hope. Hope. Whoever named that damn ship should take a walk in the ether. I'm so sorry. I never should have convinced you to sign the indenture contract and join me on Halcyon. I'll never stop thinking about you, Jules. Please forgive me. Reminder, ask about Sublight. Hey, ask Linda for info on this Sublight company. That freighter captain claimed to work for them. Very strange ship. No corporate branding or colors. The captain didn't wear an approved uniform. Dealing with him left me feeling out of sorts. I had some interesting items for sale, though. I can't shake that feeling that they, fell off the back of a conveyor. The captain sold Harris something called the Rearranger, then left before we discovered the damn thing didn't work. Only thing it rearranged is the number of bits on Harris's card. Looks like some strange tech. Maybe a scientist can make something of it. Maybe me. Maybe I'll try that thing at some point. I don't know. Oh, it is that time. It is that time. I wonder if I did know Jules. What if I did? What if I knew Jules and I'm having like an emotional moment right now because like I knew Jules and she's still on the Hope, and maybe like Jules and I were buddies, and maybe Jules and I like did fun hacking together or talk smack or we played cards or something, and then now she's on the Hope. But here's the thing, we're now at a perfect spot. That's not the button. This is the button. Perfect spot to save. Boom. And you didn't even have to harass me that much. I was very good. I was very good, everyone. I'm just saying. And I can potentially save her. See, I should, we gotta do that. So let me go to the main menu. So everyone, let me tell you what's up, because it's Saturday, almost the end of my streaming week. You can find me. We're going to do a raid, by the way, because we didn't do a raid last time, and I want to do one this time. Do a raid, and then I will, and then I'm going to get some food. I'm going to make a sandwich, I think, and that'll be delicious. Distorted Simon Cowell is a point. I'm so glad he's appointed, because it's, it makes me sad when he's not. So you can find me tonight at 8 p.m. over at Praxagora the Smophoria's channel for the Regiment. My character was promoted from the ranks and does not have noble manners and gets into trouble, but was right about the assassins. I was right about assassins. Nobody listened to me. It's fine. They just think I have a concussion. It's all right. And then Sunday, I don't have a game on Sunday because I have to do. I've got to go to a work conference. Next week at 3 p.m. Eastern over on Encounter Roleplay, you can find me in episode 3 of For the North, a Game of Thrones RPG, where I play Maester Nymor, who believes in prophecies, and that may get him in trouble. I hope not, but it probably will, because also he's Dornish and he's a maester, but he's only 25 and he wants to live his life a little bit. So you can find me there on Monday. On Wednesday, I don't think we have The Witcher this coming Wednesday. We're still on season hiatus, but Thursday will be at 6 p.m. Eastern will be part 2 of me playing Wicked Willow, this new visual novel that I'm playing, whose creator was in chat with us last week. And so hopefully they'll be there this week, which will be very cool. And then I'll be hosting Critical Role in the evening. And then Friday, Aether's Walkway at 1, City of Light and Shadow at 7, and then back again here at noon for more The Outer Worlds. That is what I have got. I should say at 25, you're hardly a maester. It's true. He's a fresh young maester. He's a fresh young maester who people are suspicious of because he's a Martell, which I just think is a little unfair. Barely a mister. When does my Thursday RPG start? Yeah. So my Thursday RPG starts. Speaking of which, today is Saturday. I need to update my calendar on Twitch, and I did do that today. It will start the 19th, so not this coming Thursday, but the Thursday after, and I believe it starts at 7. So, which means I would need to have call time at 6:30, which means I need to start. My dress is not actually. I don't do a lot in terms of costuming for that character, so I might be able to get in, like, especially if, here's what I'm thinking, if we don't finish the visual novel next Thursday, we will see. If we do, we're all good, but if we don't, what I'll probably do is like an hour stream, like I'll do an hour-long stream on Thursdays, like of the visual novel, and then hop off before Overlight. And that's gonna be a four episode miniseries. We're going to revisit our characters, and I'm very excited. And we have somebody new, by the way. We have a new person coming in, but I will not say who it is. But we have a new person coming in as well, so that's all very exciting. And that is me. So let's do a raid. Let us see who. Hey, we did a poll. That was kind of fun. I feel like if I'm going to do a poll in the future, maybe I should actually do the poll ahead of time. I don't know if you can do that, though. It didn't look like you could. But anyway, we learn new things. Take a 4-week hiatus of the Mac stream. It depends on an hour. You're skeptical. I understand. It depends on, here's what it is. It depends on whether I finish the visual novel. If I don't finish the visual novel, then I will, if I don't finish the visual novel, I'll probably just do, because the thing is, it's apparently 3 to 4 hours. It's not a very long visual novel. So I feel like I should be able to, I feel like, right? We might be able, like, we might only need like another hour. So I don't know, but we're going to see. I want to raid, roll for it. 3 or 4 hours. Well, okay, Krellin, here's the thing though. The creator said it was basically a 2-hour game for one run through. they said, oh, it's like 2 hours, but like if you're on a stream and you're like chatting, it'll probably be 3 or 4. And I was like, okay. So you think it's 2 hours, but maybe 3 or 4 if it's a streamed game, but you haven't seen me stream, so. But I imagine it won't take us too long, right? Maybe. We're gonna go into raid, roll for it, because I want to say hi to Dot and Bub and Miss Magitech. So that's what we're gonna do. Give them the love. Do not forget our raid command when we go in there, and we're gonna raid them. And then do I want a sandwich or do I want probably a sandwich? I'm probably gonna get a sandwich. So that's it. You can find me. Did I do the socials? You can find me. If you want, you can subscribe and follow here if you'd like. We have a Discord. You can join us and chat with us. We're very cool. And you can also find me at Trooper SJP on YouTube, where they have the archive of all the shows. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Academic Foxhole, and also Patreon at Academic Foxhole. The Patreon goes to support the RPGs on the channel. The Twitter is where I do weird things. Just weird, long things. That's what I do. So join me if you like. And if not, I will catch you on the flip side, everybody. You all are great. Give them some love in the raids. Bye, everybody.